Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to the Akim out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity. So today what we want to jump into is go into a little bit of dialogue on masters and servants. We did a class on this earlier in the gap, and we'll just go into it in a little bit today as well. Yeah. So we'll start off with this 1 Peter.
This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 18. Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward.
Now, when you look at that word, when you go into that word of masters, that word is despotes. That's despotes. And what guys were doing in the past, they were trying to attribute despotes, meaning a teacher or a guide, and that's not the case. The word for that is didaskalos, which is a teacher or a guide. But they would utilize this scripture and place didaskalos instead of despotes. Now, despotes is meaning an employer, someone who you are working for. Yeah. So that's what it's talking about in this instance. Yeah. Servants, be subject unto your employers, even the froward and the gentle. Yeah. So, you know, because you got to make money here in Babylon, man. So you have to humble yourself sometimes and just to, you know, be able to get that food, you know, get that cheese to eat for yourself. Yeah,
there's two different words for servants in the Greek.
Right.
And the one in this particular one is talking about a domestic servant. Mm-hmm. Aikotes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So it's like being Jeffrey in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
You have a master, Uncle Phil, and you got to deal with him, and he might be froward. But if you're a believer, then it's like you got to deal with it. In fact, the next verse says, for this is thankworthy if a man for conscience toward Yahweh endure grief, suffering wrongfully.
See now you're in a position where you feel like you're being wrong, but the Most High is saying that's a right thing right there for you to operate in that manner, man.
Yeah, because at the end he's going to justify. Just like you see in the different accounts in the Old Testament, you see people that were in bad situations with people over them. Most High took them out.
Right.
I had him get sick or whatever. So you just do that, and that's the same thing when it comes to working.
Yeah.
You ain't got to curse out your employer. Just continue working. If you want, you have the freedom and liberty,
right,
to look for something else as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna give you that outlet to say, look, I can get another job, you can do that.
Yeah, because that's how you got to do it in this world, man. Yeah. Because a lot of times you go to your gig, they piss you off, and you're like, man, I'm out of here. But then you got to eat the next day. Yeah. So now you just be wise with it. Just go ahead, throw that bread out. Yep.
And suffer wrongfully, knowing that because one, the brother had brought out, we're in captivity.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this is part of our punishment. But that's why it tells you the patience and the faith of the saints.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So, that right there, like the brother said, and now the reason why we're bringing this out, because this is one of many false doctrines that's pushed out there by groups of buying certain men to them.
Right.
They want you to be basically complete bond slaves.
That's right.
Now, they used a lot of these same guys, they used that scripture not knowing that word was talking about a domestic house servant.
Not knowing it, man.
Not knowing it. So how are you going to apply that to your own group?
So and then in a sense, if you're a teacher or guide of the Most High, why would you be forward towards the people that you're teaching, man?
And that's what would happen, because what happened was when guys start dealing with certain guys that was considered elders or so-called heads of camp, and these guys are being completely wicked to them, mistreating them, cursing them out, all that stuff. When they would talk to other guys that are higher up, they'd be like, man, this guy's cursing me out, he's mistreating me, you know, he's talking down on my wife or my kids or whatever, or he's taking money from me. Oh, bro, well, listen, it tells you gotta deal with the froward, man.
See, and that was incorrect.
Brother, you know, some brothers got different spirits. Right. Some brothers is froward, some brothers is gentle.
Yeah, see. And that's wrong, man.
And you would have to be in that camp and deal with the BS. But that's the scripture they would use when you had a guy that was, you know, crazy.
Yep.
He was a so-called elder of the camp. So you got to just fall in line.
So I'm going to bring this one out. This is Ephesians 6 and 5. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters, according to the flesh, with fear and trembling, in singleness of your heart, as unto Mashiach.
Yeah, now that word there is doulos, or doulos. That literally means bond slave. Literally bond slave. Now, this is also talking about especially unto those that are your own brethren. Now, because we're in Babylon, we don't understand that concept that same way. Now, if we wanted to just say, just for the sake of Babylon, that's like if you working for a Jake. You know, let's say a Jake got a freaking air conditioning company or a construction company, and you working for him, he's paying you wages, or you're basically living maybe in his house because you ain't got no place to stay. So he's like, look, I got a room for you, but you got to come with me, you know, on the job.
Right.
And help me out with fixing these AC units. That's what it's talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
It ain't talking about you being in a so-called camp exercising authority upon men.
Yeah, because
It ain't talking about that.
Because when you go into the scriptures, you're dealing with your brother according to the fruits of the spirit, as patience, kindness, meekness. You know, this is the way you'll be dealing with him. You know, and if you're being forward, bro, you're not operating in the fruits of the spirit at all, bro.
So it's clearly talking about somebody else.
It's talking about somebody else, bro. It's clearly talking about.
Because you got to understand, you got Jake that's, you know, working in these different conditions, man.
Because your employer ain't gonna be. You gonna have Esau as your employer. You think he gonna deal according to a righteous manner to Jake? No, man, he ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Now you ain't got to be subject to whatever. We're talking about just when you're dealing with, like Esau, be like, hey, go get me. You know?
Right.
You got to put up with some of that, man.
Huh?
You got to put up with some of that.
You got to put up with it. That's what it's talking about. See, because the thing about it, what people understand is that when you go through these different epistles, it tells you how to deal with every interpersonal relationship in your life.
Yes,
Your wife, your kids, your brethren, your non-believers, the other nations, who you work for.
This is a book of relationships, bro.
That's all Paul's going into. The guys try and switch it up. In fact, this is how wicked these guys are. Now, go up on Ephesians 6. Honor your parents, your mother and father.
It says,
go there.
It says,
I'm going to give you an example of what these guys do.
This is Ephesians 6 from the top. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
Now, you know what the guys say that also push that their masters and your servants? They also say that this is talking about them.
Yep.
When it says obey your parents, it's talking about we're your parents.
And that's not true.
That's what they're saying.
But if you read further down, it say, fathers, do not provoke your children.
Yeah, and
they're saying it's them.
And they'll say it's them. That's what they'll say, and that's not what it's saying, man.
That's why when Yahawashi was talking to the Pharisees, he says, you make men do ought for their mother and father.
Right.
Yeah. Where's it at?
Where's it? You got that out?
That's in is that in the Beatitudes?
I can't remember where that was, man. It is, man. It really is. And see, that's one.
And these guys take hook, line, and sinker, bro.
And that's one of the main reasons why the scriptures, man, you always got to read them scriptures for yourself. You got to read them for yourself because, man, a lot of times, man, guys will take you down the wrong pathway just by you listening to them only.
That's it.
Well, that's how we ourselves, we have no problem with guys asking questions about the doctrine. And then we got guys when we want to answer the questions. Oh, no, they don't want you to do it.
They don't want you to do it, bro.
We dealt with some guys like that.
That's right.
You trying to answer a question or try and show them the understanding that they try and stop us from even doing it.
Yep.
So it's like, what's the whole point of you asking the question when we try and respond? You don't even want us to answer because you know you're about to get freaking sliced and diced.
Right.
That's what them brothers, man. That's what
You know what I'm saying?
There, man. They be
No,
like,
we ain't hiding from nobody's
man,
questions.
Get out of here, man. You bugged out, man. Get out of here, man.
Yeah.
That's what they say, man. That's what they say. And it's certain ones that do it over and over again.
There's questions you're supposed to avoid, like that foolish and unlearned questions avoid.
Yeah.
Like if somebody come up, how far is the earth from the sun? We ain't gonna answer that question. That's a foolish and unlearned question.
Yeah.
Or when is Yahawashi coming back? You say he's gonna come back when he come. You don't gotta answer that question.
Yeah.
That's a foolish and unlearned question.
Because I know what I'm talking about.
When is the Sabbath day? Oh, we could do that.
Yeah. We can go on that.
I asked them that, man.
Man, them boys do the Gregory Hines on you, bro. They start tap dancing, bro.
Yeah, man. Them boys were not.
Telling you, man.
They moved on. I said, brother, I've been standing here for about 30
Them boys gonna
minutes.
give you the same. We can tell you the scriptures they gonna give you, bro. They're gonna give you Genesis chapter 1 and 14. They're gonna give you something in Sirach.
Yeah.
They're gonna give you 1 Samuel, 20?
Yeah, 20. Yeah, they're going.
And they're gonna give you about the first 5 verses, and then tell you the first month, when the new moon came in, that was the first day of the week, not the moon.
Oh boy.
They're gonna actually have to throw away the word Kodash and give you Sabbath in there.
Oh man.
Right.
I mean, that's what they're gonna do. And they ain't gonna tell you, ask them when Yahawashi rose. What day of the week Yahawashi rose? They ain't gonna answer that. And then tell them, ask them when Yahawashi was taken.
Right.
and tell them, can they show me how he rose up if it was the first day of the week according to lunar Sabbath? They ain't gonna do it.
They can't.
They're gonna run away. We done with it.
Yeah.
They're gonna run straight to salmon. No, we don't want to talk about that.
Right. Hey.
We want to talk about salmon.
First-hand knowledge on that, bro.
We dealt with it. We recently dealt with it.
So you know, that's part of the thing, man. You know,
Part of being a teacher, you have to be able to give an answer to whoever asks you.
yeah,
Right.
That's part of being a teacher.
Yep, that's right.
You know, and it tells you in Sirach, if you have not the answer, put thy hand upon thy mouth.
Right, that's right. That's right.
Now get that
Yeah.
Mark. You had the Mark
Nah,
7.
I
Get
didn't
Mark
get-
7 in about verse 9 or 10. You'll see what I'm talking about. Now this is going into the whole mothers and fathers that we just brought out, right? Now this is the cold cut. Yahawashi talked about it, about how they basically flip it and they try and use it for themselves.
Yeah, this is Mark 7 and 9. And he said unto them, this is Yahawashi, full well ye reject the commandment of the Most High, that ye may keep your own tradition.
Now, weren't you in Ephesians? It said that was the first one of the commandments and promise, right?
Yep.
Now keep going.
For Moses said, honor thy father and thy mother.
Isn't
Exactly
that what Paul quoted right there in Ephesians 6 at the top?
That's exactly
Right,
what he
keep
quoted.
going.
And whoso curseth father or mother, let him die the death. But ye say, if a man shall say to his father or mother, it is korban, that is to say, a gift, by whatsoever thou mightest be profited by me, he shall be free.
Now what does Yahawashi say about that?
And ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother.
That's why when you in some of these groups, especially a group like Great Millstone, their whole point is to completely detach you from family, everything. When you got certain aspects in commandment-wise that you still got to deal with them at a certain level.
Yeah.
You ain't got to commune with them, but they teach you to basically, oh, your mother ain't shit. She probably blah, 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 blah. Your father, blah, 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 he bugged out. He eating the pork chop, blah, 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 blah.
And see, one of the things...
You don't want to give to him. If he ain't done, if he got something wrong with his car, you ain't got to help him.
Cause see, and what people don't realize is like when you
So he said you make them do what? Read that again.
He says, and ye suffer him no more to do aught for his father or his mother. So your mom come in and ask you, I need some help. Yeah, nah, I ain't dealing with you no more. I don't deal with you no more. They just cutting you off, bro.
Yeah. And one thing, if they unreasonable, mentally unstable, got demons on them, and they on some Munchausen syndrome.
Right.
She always sick, but she ain't sick. We understand that. Most High understands that. But you talking about like your mom is like, hey, can you come here? I need you to try and get something from the attic, or try and get something out of the garage and move it for me. You go and you help your mom.
Yeah.
He says you cause them. He says what they do, these men, because this is talking about them wicked scribes and Pharisees.
Right.
They teach their followers to not do anything for them anymore, and to do stuff for them.
And that's not right.
Which is basically against one of the 10 Commandments.
Now you ain't honoring your father and mother according to it.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
You got to kind of be leery of that stuff, man.
You gotta be wary of it.
Did you have something?
I get on my daddy when he started saying stuff like, if you ain't got no food in the house, I bet you gonna eat that pork sandwich and stuff like that. Then I gotta put him up.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, he always try to bring pork up to me.
Yeah.
So I don't eat. They'll try to insult me and say I'm a devil worshiper or something.
Yeah.
Do the things that they do, or Muslim or something like
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Muslim comment is one of the biggest disses that they throw out when you say you don't eat pork.
Yeah.
They see you growing your beard. The first thing they gonna see you with the Bible all day.
Yeah.
But then they'll be like, you Muslim? I'm like,
You out there messing with them Muslims.
That's part of that suffering for righteousness' sake, though.
Yeah.
You know, when you got to deal with your family coming up against it.
And then the division is okay though.
Right,
Like you initially arguing with your parents about the truth, that's actually prophecy. You're supposed to. That's gonna happen. But then after a while, you're supposed to cool off.
Yeah.
After a while, I just leave it alone. Like, all right.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
it.
But the initial conflict, Most High set that up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that.
The
man.
mission, that's gonna happen. I don't give a damn man. I don't give man or woman. You get into this thing, you gonna I'm talking about Most High gonna set up an argument at one point, y'all gonna blow up. It might be around so-called Christmas, it might be Thanksgiving.
Right.
You're gonna be like, oh, I'm not going. What you mean you're not coming? Your aunt came all the way from Atlanta. and she made all this food, and you say you ain't gonna come?
Yeah.
All that,
You wicked,
all that
you
ham.
wicked son.
Yeah,
all
that's how
that
they
ham
do
on
it.
the
You
grill.
ungrateful.
and everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Green beans.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
And then you gonna come
They
back
got
with
pork all up
then
in
you gonna come back and say
corn.
you honoring a blood sacrifice. You honoring the
Man.
death of the natives.
They got a
How
big
about that?
huge hand.
Oh, they gonna come back and forth with you.
Yeah.
Man, boy. You want some food? Nah, I'm good. I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
5 minutes later, come up with a big plate of all kind of ham
Yeah,
and
bro, I
pork.
don't even, bro,
Green
I don't even
beans
show
got
up.
bacon in it.
That
They
damn
don't
ham.
see me until days
That
after.
ham be so
I don't
big
see
it
them
lasts
until
for
like
2
the
weeks.
Sunday
They eat
after.
ham sandwiches.
I might not even see
fried
them
ham
so-called
for
Black
breakfast
Friday.
and-
I ain't stopping by that house at all.
Boy.
For years, bro, I tell them, listen, I let them know every year out the gate I think they celebrating paganism. I let them know. I just let them know differently before.
And yeah,
Now,
they'll catch
you know,
amnesia though.
They'll catch amnesia every year.
Yeah.
Right.
You ain't gonna come to the house for Christmas. You know I made some food. No, I ain't celebrating that Babylonian holiday.
Yeah, it'll
be more.
It'll be more mellow. It
More
starts
mellow.
to down.
He'll be
Because
like,
you never
can't
know how the
follow
Most
Bible
High.
to the T. That's what he'll tell me. He say you need to stop trying to follow the Bible to the T. You can't follow.
Yeah.
You can't follow the Bible to the T. That's back in the day. We list 2017.
Yeah.
You trying to live back in the ancient days. You can't do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Anything I see, I say it. I say it. My mama coming with that, I say, man, you got that. I told her straight up, I say, man, you got that Jezebel spirit. I told her straight up. She got that Jezebel, want to fight, want to tell men what to do, want to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
She come at me.
And that's
with that,
a real
I say, man,
spirit
you got
too,
that
bro.
Jezebel spirit
That's
in
a
you.
that's
She
a
got
real
that
spirit.
Jezebel, and then got a Bible in every room. Got
Oh yeah.
Got a
Yeah,
Bible.
Jezebel be the one with the Bible.
Yeah,
with
boy. Oh man.
Yeah,
And
bro.
that's
You
why
guys
they don't
tryna-
want me at the house, because I told them, I said, man, anytime I see something that's wicked, I'ma say it, man. I'm not coming
Yeah,
over
that's the
here on
hardest thing about it,
Christmas.
staying with your folks, man. If you're in this truth, bro, bro, that stuff gonna be damn near impossible
I said
almost.
I was locked in the house during the hurricane. They said they gonna get some food. My mama came back. Now mind you, my mama don't really eat pork like that. But her dude was trapped in the house.
Yeah.
He was like, man, we need some pork in this house. She went and bought snacks and pork chops.
He said we need some
We
pork.
need some pork in this house.
He said that we need some pork.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a demon that jumped on him to say that, bro.
Man, we
That
need
boy didn't say
some
we need some chicken. That boy said we need some pork.
I had made turkey necks. I made some nachos, ground beef, all that shit. And I need some pork. Woo! I ain't got a whole bunch second of them.
Golly,
See, when you go into Maccabees, man, you had people that would rather get put to death than eat
Oh
pork.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
literally what happened to Maccabees. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so you telling me all of a sudden most of that, what they believe is that who they call Christ came back so we could have the freedom to eat pork.
right.
These people died because they didn't want to break the law. That don't make no sense.
Don't make no
It's
sense.
okay
at
to
all.
pray over some food and eat
In
it.
fact, get that
Same
Isaiah
food that
66.
he didn't.
Yeah, I was just going to
proclaimed
hit.
Yeah, get that
unclean.
Leviticus, and I'll get that Isaiah 66.
Yeah, this is Leviticus 11 and 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cub, he is unclean unto you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. So man, that's clear in the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
That you shouldn't even touch the carcass of these beasts, man.
And we still under that law.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't
sweat,
even, they don't sweat.
But then there's some people, they try to argue with saying that I forgot and what book it was. Nah, another one they was like, as long as
We can break that down.
it's okay.
No, yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Yeah.
Like it don't make no sense. Why would the Lord tell you you can't eat these foods and then you pray on it and then he's supposed to clean it for you to eat? That don't make no sense.
Yeah.
They just don't want to follow no laws or no rules. They don't want
Right.
to have nothing that's restricting them, that's gonna make it hard for them to live. It's
Yeah.
easy to eat a pork chop, and really they addicted to that, man. People
Oh, yeah,
that got
there's a
emotional
taste.
problems and mental problems addicted to that fried pork chop.
Yep,
they
they
addicted
do.
to it. It's like
Man, when they smell that bacon, but they lose their mind.
But then
Yeah.
again, it's also, you go to someone older, because like I'm 21. You know what I'm saying? So I go to my grandma and tell her, hey, you know you're not supposed to be eating that. She's 67 years old. She's been eating pork all her life.
Yeah.
So you telling me now there's something wrong there? Nah, I ain't trying to hear it. You know
I ain't
what
gonna try to
I'm
hear
saying?
that, bro. She didn't eat just really pork. She ate chitlins.
All that shit. All
Let's
shit.
go to the.
All that.
You
Boy,
get what I'm saying? She didn't just eat the pork.
Oh yeah.
into the
She ate the
and that stuff stinks
I
bad,
tell you
dude.
that, man, no, she ain't happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that stuff is like telling somebody not to do crack no more. Crackhead, you keep put that pipe down. They gonna look at you crazy. You know?
Like, man, I'm addicted to this Brillo.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 66 and 16. For by fire and in his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many.
God.
They that purified themselves and sanctified themselves and purified themselves in the gardens behind one tree, in the midst eating swine's flesh, and the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, said Yahweh.
That's a
Look at that,
future
man.
prophecy.
That's a future
Yep,
prophecy. Yep. Mice too, bro.
Yeah.
They,
Where my parents from, they call it bush rat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Folks eat that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Bush rat.
Louisiana, they eat the nutria. The big
Oh, they
nutria
eat
rat,
the
that big
yeah.
water rat I
Yeah,
told you
yeah.
about. Look like a big old dog.
yeah.
They eat that.
They eat possums too.
Yeah, they eat that.
Possum.
And that shows you that's happening here in Babylon.
Right, somebody in
I think
Louisiana some chick in Louisiana been posted on Facebook. Her boyfriend had a raccoon in the sink defrosting it, and he had to cut the feet off. She sent the picture of the feet, asking people what this look like. Man, you should have seen them feet. Everybody was saying only a couple people knew what it was, but a lot of people were saying like the feet just look like some type of beast.
Cause they got they hands is like regular
and
hands.
they feet rough, a little rough. But the picture she had it was kind of close, so it was looking like it was big.
Yeah.
But when I first seen it, I was like, oh, that's a raccoon foot. Shit.
Man, our people don't want to get to these laws.
Then that
man.
Jake showed it why I had to eat and cooked it and eaten it, and it's like, bruh, a raccoon. Like I don't know, my grandfather and my old man used to eat that stuff. That's like one of the greasiest.
Yeah.
The greasiest animals you can ever cook, bro. Talking about super greasy.
Man.
Like just oily. When the dude showed the picture of it on there, like, look at that big greasy. Talking about you could see it was shiny. Just full of oil.
It's the reason the Most High give you these
Yeah,
laws,
that's
man.
right, man. You ain't supposed to eat none of that stuff, man.
I was dealing with one of these Christian cats at the job, and I told him, I said, man, you can't eat that stuff, bro. He's like, man, yes you can. All the
sanctified by the word of God and prayer.
Yeah, sanctified. And then he talking about all he was doing was just giving you laws so that you would be healthy. It just doesn't mean that you can't eat it. I was like, dude, you ain't making no sense to me right now, man.
Bro, doctors,
you gonna have to move
doctors
away.
that are honest, a true doctor that's honest with you. In fact, my old man never ate unclean foods.
Yeah.
You know, he was raised like that.
Yeah.
Where he's from, he was raised like that. They never ate unclean food, no catfish, no salmon, no shrimp, no lobster, none of that.
Man.
So the doctor was like checking his health. Was just like, you don't eat. He said you don't eat pork and all that stuff.
He could tell.
He could tell by his health at his age that he don't eat pork.
Yeah.
And this is an Edomite doctor, man. Amalek. Forget this Esau, Amalek. And he knew. Even Amalek knew his own doctor.
What's Amalek? What's that?
That's the head tribe of Esau.
Where they
the
from?
Jew boys.
The sons of one of the sons of Esau through Eliphaz. He had a son called Amalek. And Amalek is a chief tribe. You know, in fact, it tells you in prophecy back in Genesis or back in the first 5 books of Moses that they're the chief of the nations.
Yeah.
Right.
Meaning, and that's talking about future prophecy.
And he said he would always be at war with them people.
Yeah, he always be at war. That's what Exodus 17 and 15.
Yeah,
That's the so-called Jews.
Yeah.
But Jake go Christian Jake. They be using all them scriptures, man, to justify to eat what they want to eat.
Yeah, they want to eat that.
Was that one
But if you bring this out, if you bring out the Isaiah 66,
There's no way around it. It's a future prophecy, man.
It's a future prophecy, man.
You know, it said the Most High said they're gonna be destroyed together.
Yeah.
and the proof, like the brother said, we know our people eat pig, and we know they eat the rat.
That's
Yep.
right.
They eat the rodent.
That's right.
And that's really what that is.
Right.
They eat the rodent, the
rodent.
nutria rat,
Yeah.
the water rat, the bush rat,
Rodent,
whatever
man.
you want to call it.
That's right. And even those I don't know what's those people in India? They so-called supposed to be Israelites, but they outcast over there in India.
The Dalits.
Yeah, some of those people, you know, a lot of them, that area where they outcast.
Yeah.
I seen a documentary on it. That's all they eat.
Is rat.
Yeah, because the rats is in that area so tough. That's all they eat. They roasting them all over the fire, just sitting out there. They'll take the whole thing with his fur guts on him and everything, and sit him in there in the fire. Let the fire burn all his fur off. And
you go to China too.
Yeah.
In China, like if you see the documentary on that China, it was nasty, bro.
It's horrible,
you'll see them in China. They'll have a whole bunch of rats, like in a box.
Oh yeah.
And you see them,
just
chopping them with the axes, chopping them into pieces, and then throw them into the boiler and get the hair off, and then they'll cook them in the Senate and send it to his chicken.
But it's not what goes into the mouth that defiles a man; it is what comes out of the mouth.
Well, Jake got gout. Gout.
That's one of those scriptures right
blood
there.
pressure, kidney, all kind of diseases from that stuff. That's why, like in Louisiana, Mississippi, where they access to that Gulf, man, half the diet is nothing but unclean.
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
And if they just come back into them laws, man, they can get their stuff reversed.
But they don't want it, man. They don't want to, man. They not gonna do it. They unhealthy. They want you to come and handle them like a baby when they get too old and they can't walk and they can't do nothing. They want you to come and take care of them. They don't want
It's a blindness. The Most High put blindness on our people.
That's it, bro.
Man.
See, that's the reason why, you got these movements and people saying we should get together. Now, what's that, all of one mind? What is that, Ephesians 4? Go to Ephesians 4.
They can't say they don't know about it.
And that's why you all this, everybody get together. That's a lie. Listen, man, we done dealt with guys. We done dealt with guys that's on that kumbaya, whatever. And they pushing off, and then later on they end up pushing all kinds of false doctrine. And then they still want you to be down with it.
We're talking about God love everybody.
No, I'm talking about all Israelites. We need to be together as one, like that Israelite unity type stuff.
Yeah, you can't.
That stuff didn't happen back 2,000 years ago.
Nah.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Pharisees and Sadducees wasn't even linked up. They linked up against Yahawashi and the disciples when the time came. But even they had their own factions. The truth is the truth. Period.
Yeah.
Because you had Ephesians 1:1.
Yeah, it might be in Ephesians.
It's Ephesians.
What you looking for?
Yeah, that one mind. I don't think it's
It's not there.
one Lord, one baptism.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, we'll start. I just started
Well,
at the top.
just give it. We're just the power of one.
Yeah.
But then of one mind. I think that's in Corinthians.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I started top. This is Ephesians 4. I therefore, the prisoner of the Lord, beseech you that ye walk worthy of the vocation wherewith ye are called, with all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. There is one body and one Spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all.
Everything is dealing with one, man. There's only one type of truth.
Right.
Yep.
There's no other way. There's only one way, not many ways. Period.
That's right.
Now get that 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 9.
Got it right here on deck.
Okay, cool.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 9. Yahweh is faithful, by whom ye were called unto the fellowship of his Son, Yahawashi Mashiach our Lord. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you.
Yeah, so if there's divisions about Sabbath, we got to kick rocks.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We ain't got to link up with you. All this, we brothers. Yeah, we brothers according to the flesh, not according to the spirit, because it said in Ephesians, one spirit.
Yep.
Well, you got a different spirit. We going in a different direction, brother.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm going according to the Genesis account of a 7-week Sabbath.
Yeah.
But you going to a different one.
You going to the Babylonian Sabbath.
We can't.
You're dealing with the Babylonian Sabbath. It says in the Bible dictionaries, multiple Bible dictionaries, that the Babylonian Sabbath was based on the new moon.
That's right.
Yep. But then they'll say that our piece is based on the new moon, but we going according to the scripture. Man.
Yeah,
right,
so
man.
we gotta separate, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta move out from the moon.
Ain't no curses or nothing like that coming on you. We just gotta move.
You just gotta do your own thing. Keep pushing whatever heresies come to mind. You get what I'm saying? Like when it comes to this thing, your salvation's on the line. We ain't got time to be pity-pattering with you.
Yeah. That's one of the main ones.
We don't got time. We just don't. Because you got to understand, when you understand the Most High already set it up that a good portion of our people ain't going to get it. So fighting with people that ain't going to get it, they might come about to it later, But if they're already going left, the Most High is already putting them left.
Right.
Because it tells you what evil men and impostors wax worse and worse,
Right.
deceiving and being deceived. So they ain't gonna get better; they're just gonna get worse. So why be among that?
Right.
If dude talk about Vatican's Babylon the Great, next thing you know, he gonna say something else.
Yeah.
But you want to sit there and agree with him all day when the stuff ain't lining up?
And say, when it don't line up on their part.
Don't line up at all,
Most High was gonna raise up prophets in Babylon.
Right.
That was actually a what's it called? How you gonna if Vatican is Babylon, they got 1,000 people. There's nothing but priests and cardinals and bishops of the Roman Catholic Church there.
Right.
So you telling me you got people over there prophesying in the Vatican?
That's horrible,
Right, man.
bro. That's horrible. But see, here's one of the main deals too, is because when you go into all these accounts of where it's being broken down, Yahawashi came in the volume of the book. We come into the old and we linking it up
That's
with
right.
the new.
Yeah.
And it's all going in
That's
line.
right.
But when your doctrine is not according to the
You
scripture,
gotta start throwing parts away.
you gotta throw it away. Well, we can't use that.
Yep.
You can't use that New
Right.
Testament aspect. You can use this, but you
Yeah.
can't use that.
Right.
If it's not flowing like water through the thing, man,
That's right.
you got to look at it again, man.
That's right.
It's not
You can't
going
just
according.
say the gospel. You got guys saying that the gospel, certain aspects of the gospel accounts should be thrown away because they don't match up with their understanding of the Old Testament.
That's right.
Yeah.
Your lunar
We got,
Sabbath.
and if guys say we lying, we'll put it up on the Summer Jam
That's right.
screen.
If your
Right,
lunar
right.
Sabbath ain't matching up,
We'll just put it up on the YouTube and show the world.
Well, in reality, this brother already did a class on it. We already did classes on
Yeah.
it.
Fine.
And he did a class with the showing one of the elders skipping days, man. So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, he couldn't
Right.
match it up.
Yeah.
It didn't flow. If you have been changing the words of the Bible, man, you're going against the Bible.
Yeah.
When the Bible tells you either take away nor add there too.
Yeah, that's in fact, get real quick.
I would-
Proverbs 30 and 5.
I would like to see one of them break down. Somebody in a lunar Sabbath believer
Yep.
break down the death and resurrection of the Yahawashi, man.
Come on, give us the
according to your
days that he was in
Sabbath.
that.
Right.
He was buried.
Right.
Because
I mean,
gives you the days in the gospel.
I
They
done
don't even
seen
s-
brothers tap dance so much around that subject. You know, every time we try to bring it up, all I see is Gregory Hines. That's all I see.
Yeah.
This is Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of the Most High is pure.
That's what the brother was talking about. It's supposed to flow. It's
Right.
supposed to be pure from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Now we know that there's certain
Right.
misprint in the English. When you go into the Hebrew, you get the better understanding. Like,
Yeah.
for example, Deuteronomy 23 and 7.
Yeah, 23
It
and
says
7.
about Esau.
Yeah. And then when you look-
Abhor not an Edomite,
Edomite, yeah.
or an Egyptian. That word there is Arumia, which means Assyrian.
Assyrian.
But if you look at the Assyrian Hebrew, the da and the ra, the r and the d character, the da and the ra, look very similar. So, and even Esau,
he wrote it in his books.
Even Esau in his Strong's Concordance said that was a clerical error.
Yep.
That it's supposed to be Syrian.
Yep.
Now, when you could get that, there's a precept in another part of the law that actually shows you it's talking about the Syrian and an Egyptian.
Yep. That's right. So
Because all of the patriarchs were born in Syria, in Padanaram. All the 12 patriarchs from Judah, all the way down from Reuben, all the way down to Benjamin, they were all born in Syria, Padanaram, Syria, which means that we were strangers in their land.
I see that a lot of people do.
And-
I never really knew what, like, you know what I'm saying, what was that land basically,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I didn't really know the origin.
Yeah.
And what the brother was just saying is written also inside the scriptures too. This is in the book of Ecclesiasticus in the prologue of Sirach.
Right.
It says, "Wherefore let me entreat you to read it with favor and attention, and to pardon us, wherein we may seem to come short of some words." So he's talking about the translations, which we have labored to interpret. For the same things uttered in Hebrew and translated into another tongue have not the same force in them.
Right.
So that's what the brother is talking about. Some of those words will come out a little
But it
different.
doesn't mean they're not pure.
Doesn't mean they're not
Right.
pure. It just comes
Yeah.
out different. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you go into what guys have to do, they say, well, look at this, it's not right, or that's not what it means. Now, continue reading on that Proverbs.
Yeah, this Proverbs 30 and 5. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
Yep. And that's what some guys are doing, they're adding to the word.
Yep.
And then when you hit them with the precept, oh, bam.
Yep.
They're like, oh,
Right.
snap. And we see we're very methodical and careful, you know. The Most High has it to where we've been fortunate that when we left, we were very methodical with everything.
Yep.
That's
There's-
right.
We literally, we know when we put out something that is no way it can be refuted. We know.
Right.
Because we sit on that joke for months.
Because the only way they refute is with conjecture and semantics, man.
Yep.
That's right,
and,
man.
And that's not being honest. That's not being honest.
Because Exodus 40 is clearly work.
Right,
I
right.
don't care how you can how you look at it. It's clearly work. Hard work.
Hard work on Exodus 40.
Hard work
Yeah.
on the so-called lunar Sabbath.
Exodus 40 is a killer, man.
Exodus 40 is a killer, man. It shows you the new moon is not a regular Sabbath.
That's right.
It's not a yeah, that's right.
You could build. You
But
could
they
build
try
up,
to
but
say
you
it was
can't
a commandment by the
by
Most
itself,
High,
no,
so
by
who's gonna go
itself,
up
but you
against?
can actually do servile work. You can
Right.
Fix up your car on
That's
the new
it.
moon and cook
That's right. But they
and holy convocation with your people.
they said it was a commandment from the Most High, though, right?
Yeah.
So show us in the scripture where He commanded the Israelites again to work on the so-called lunar Sabbath.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way in there.
There's no
no way-
consistency. You got to have, see, it tells you precept upon precept.
That's right.
If you're going to say, for example, when they went into that Exodus with the manna,
Yeah.
she used the 15th day. Okay, show us again.
Yeah, show us again. They ain't gonna be there to
Can't
show
do
it. They ain't gonna show it.
Now, okay, if that's consistent, let's go when Yahweh Shah was taken and buried and resurrected.
And we can
No,
show you
no.
from the old all the way to the new.
That's
and
right.
It's gonna flow like water.
It-
bro.
That's right, it all coincides,
only
man.
version of what we were going into was consistent. There was an inconsistent. That's why one of the guys said we got to throw out
Yeah.
the count in the gospel that says Yahweh Shah rose on
Yeah.
the first day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't match up with their lunar Sabbath.
That's right.
Because if Yahweh Shah rose on the first day of the week, that could only be the 23rd day of the month, and Yahweh Shah was taken around the 15th day.
That's right.
So
He was in the ground 3 days.
yeah,
So how did he rise? How did they not see him until the 23rd day of the month?
yeah. So
But
they
they-
adding 7. They got
Yeah.
8 days between that.
They got
But
8 days because
Yep.
it tells you that the day Yahweh Shah was hung was a high day.
Right,
A high
right.
day means a Sabbath one, which is a high holy day.
A high holy day. That's
Let me
right.
show you another hole in their
Because
doctrine.
remember, the
using
night
that.
before was the Passover. Passover's at the 14th day of Eve.
Look, another hole when you're using that doctrine. Like Yahweh Shai, it says that Mary Magdalene went to the sepulchre on the beginning of the first day of the week.
Correct.
Okay. They first day of the week is the new moon, right? According to the lunar Sabbateers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the new moon.
So that means he'd have
And according to the Sabbateers,
Yep.
it's the first day of the week.
Yeah, yeah.
According to the lunar, I just said that, but it's the first day of the week.
Yeah.
It's the new moon and it's the beginning of the week.
Well,
So that would bring it into another month,
Yep, you'd have to be in month 2.
right?
it had to be in month.
Which won't make no sense.
So that means they're saying that Mary Magdalene saw Yahweh Shah in the second month, meaning about 14, 15 days later, that's when she went to the sepulchre.
Come on, man.
See, and
Now, when you go into the gospel accounts, it breaks down everything that was happening
Right.
from the time Yahweh Shah was crucified. He's taken by Joseph of Arimathea.
That's right.
He's buried in the sepulchre. That day became the preparation day,
Right.
which is
Right.
the 6th day of the week. Then it tells you on the preparation day, the woman prepared spices and ointments
right.
Yep.
and rested according to the law, which means what? The Sabbath
Sabbath.
day came the next day. They couldn't be cooking and preparing spices and ointments.
That's right.
Then on the Sabbath day, the priest had a council to set guards to go and watch the sepulchre during the Sabbath, and they had to set Roman guards because they couldn't work and watch it.
Right.
Right.
So they went to what's his name?
Pilate.
Pilate.
They went to Pilate.
Pontius Pilate to go get Roman guards that would watch
Right.
the Sabbath, watch the sepulchre on the Sabbath day.
Yep.
And then when the evening came in and then it began to dawn, that's when the earthquake came in
Yep.
and the sepulchre was open. That was the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Then when the dawn came in, Yahweh Shai had already risen.
Yep.
And that's when Mary Magdalene went to the sepulchre. That's 3 days. A preparation day, which is the 6th day of the week, a Sabbath day, and the first day of the week, according to Matthew 28.
Yep.
That's 3 days.
That's it.
But if you believe in the lunar Sabbath, you can't believe Yahweh Shai rose on the 3rd day.
That's right.
Okay.
That's why all lunar Sabbath holders, you know what they'll tell you? Yahweh Shai rose on a 3.5 day on the 4th day.
A 3.5 day.
They're trying to extend days,
That
but
don't make sense. Oh, that don't make sense.
but what's that? What's it called? Wait, what did Paul say?
That was in 1 Corinthians.
Get that in Paul say.
What is that? It's in Corinthians.
Yeah, that was
According to the
the
scripture.
reason why the Jews
According to the
wanted to get the guards to go to the. They asked Pontius Pilate for the guards because they said that the
Corinthians
deceiver
15:4.
said that he was
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
rise on the
yeah.
3rd
I'm
day.
tripping. Now, Pete, what did Paul say?
Look, well, we'll start. He says, this is 1 Corinthians 15. I'll start at the 3rd verse. For I delivered unto you first of all that which I also received, how that Mashiach died for our sins according to the scriptures, and that he was buried, and that he rose again the third day according to the scriptures.
It say
And
the
this is a man that
23rd.
believed.
Look close. It do it say
Let me see if it got
22nd
23rd.
or 23rd?
Again, the third day. Third day.
Third day.
No
Okay.
20.
Right.
Hey, man.
Now they'll tell you that nobody saw him rise on the third day. That's what the lunar
Oh, yeah,
Sabbath holder
yeah.
will tell you.
Right, yeah.
See, a lot of guys don't believe in the gospel, man.
They don't.
They don't believe in Yahawashi. Don't believe when someone say Yahawashi. Don't believe. Test them with that red letter. I guarantee you're gonna see them tap dancing all over the place.
tap dancing.
They do not get into these red letters, man. Because the red letters doesn't go with
It doesn't go with their doctrine.
their doctrine.
But that's the Lord speaking himself, though.
That's
Yeah,
it, bro.
exactly.
How do
He
you
said
get over
it.
that?
He told the disciples multiple times in the ministry, he said, I'm gonna be slaved, delivered into the hands of sinful men, and on the third day I'll rise again.
Yeah.
He said that many times.
That's right.
And the reason why when he goes in and he does these things many times like that, you'll see that all these guys go against it.
Yep.
Everything that he's reiterating. The Most High, Sabbath, 7-day Sabbath. No, lunar Sabbath.
A lunar Sabbath holder is a Babylonian.
Even the Pharisees,
Wait.
the Pharisees that believed that he was gonna rise on the third. That's why they went to Pontius Pilate for the guards.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they said the deceiver said that he was
Yep.
gonna rise on the third
He
day.
says, make the sepulchre sure
Yeah.
Yep.
for that deceiver. In fact, you can get that. Is that Matthew 15? Or you can get
Yeah.
it might be Matthew 15 towards the end or 16. And you could get Matthew 27 at the end that shows you the day that Yahawashi was taken in.
Right.
At evening was the preparation day, which is the 6th day of the week.
They were trying to show at least 75%.
Yeah, bro. It's
You know
like
what I'm saying? At least 75%.
That deceiver, right?
Yeah.
So
you
remember
still
that.
holding on to that lunar Sabbath, man. You don't believe in
What was that? What was
you
that?
can't
the
believe in the
resurrection of the
gospel.
Lord.
What
Man.
was that one you was asking for?
You don't believe in Yahawashi.
Where did they get that from? The lunar Sabbath?
Man,
It came from the elders to all the bar
yeah, they started it up.
back in 2011 or 12.
Yeah, I think that's what the brother was saying. They was keeping Friday sundown, Saturday sundown, then they changed the doctrine.
So-called Saturday sundown.
That's right.
Yeah. Really the 6th day of the week.
Yeah.
You know?
Why they don't go out on their
Matthew
Sabbath days?
27.
Why they don't go out on their Sabbath days and do the work like Yahawashi
At
did?
the end.
Oh, then.
Yeah.
Huh?
27 goes to 28. Yeah.
Why they don't
keep
go
that?
out on their Sabbath
Now what
days
they're
like
telling us is that how can we keep it every 7 days? We're saying every 7 days is Sabbath. The word Sabbath in the Hebrew is a derivative of the word seven.
Right.
The word seven in the Hebrew is literally the same word Sabbath.
Yep.
Because the Most High, when he created the earth, and he said rested on the 7th day.
Yep.
Literally, that 7th day became synonymous with rest.
That's right.
So even the word that's in the Hebrew, you can't lie.
Right.
See, if we were talking in pure Hebrew with these guys, they'd be found liars just off their speech. Because you can't say the word Sabbath, and Sabbath don't mean seven or rest or completion.
Right.
And then before the Sabbath day comes the preparation day all the time. You can never not have a preparation day before the Sabbath.
Right.
The only 2 days that's named in the scriptures that's given a title is the preparation day and the Sabbath day.
That's right.
The days 1, 2, 3, and 5 are not given day.
No.
The only thing you might see on the first day of the week, like that's why they had in the account, they had to let you know the days Yahawashi was buried in.
Right.
They had to tell you, okay, this day was the preparation day, this day was the Sabbath, this day was the first day of the week.
And it started off though with the Passover to solidify, the date of the Passover.
Yep. Now get that account in
You
Matthew
can count
27,
3 days from that
63.
day of the
Yeah, I can
Passover.
start right here.
You can start 62.
Yeah,
you're gonna get it.
This is Matthew 27 and 62. Now the next day that followed the day of preparation.
Now, if you go early in the chapter, it's going to tell you that it was the preparation day.
Yeah.
That is the day before the Sabbath. It literally has a comma, and it
Yep.
tells you what the preparation day means, the day before the Sabbath. So that was day 1, Yahawashi was buried, meaning he during the preparation day, the beginning of the preparation day was when he was put in the sepulchre.
Yep.
Then the woman in the other accounts in the Gospels tells you they prescribed spices and ointments.
Yep.
And then now what's happening?
The chief priests and Pharisees came together unto Pilate.
Now this is on the 2nd day, which was the Sabbath day.
Yep.
And what did they do?
Saying, Sir, we remember that deceiver said, while he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again. Command therefore that the sepulchre be made sure until the 3rd day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away, and say unto the people, he is risen from the dead. So the last error shall be worse than the first. Pilate said unto them, Ye have a watch. Go your way, make it as sure as you can. So they went and made the sepulchre sure, sealing the stone and setting a watch.
So that's like today. Imagine today you see, you could put a bird's eye view, you will fly on the wall. You can see all the chief priests and elders that were against Yahawashi and the disciples talking to Pontius Pilate right now and saying, listen, this guy said he's gonna rise on the third day, which they know that means tomorrow at dawn.
Yeah.
And during the day tomorrow. Can y'all go get a guard that's gonna watch it?
Yeah.
They said, yeah, I'm gonna go. We can go ahead and get guards for you.
Right.
And they go, and let's say the sepulcher is right there.
Yeah.
They set a guard, and they gonna sit there the whole day, the rest of the day and night.
Right.
Up watching, making sure nobody come to the sepulcher tomorrow at dawn. Yeah. That's basically what it was. Now, what happened the next day?
Yep. Look.
Now read the chapter.
This is Matthew 28. In the end of the Sabbath.
Now, the end of the Sabbath.
Right.
Right?
As it began to dawn toward the first day of the week.
That's like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Tomorrow. Right? What happened?
And they ain't talking
Came
about
Mary
no new
Magdalene
moon day.
and the other Mary to see the sepulchre.
Now, according to this, why would they come into the sepulchre? What did they do beforehand on the preparation day?
They rested.
They prepared spices and
Oh,
on the preparation day,
On
and
the
they rested according to the law, and it tells you that.
Right.
In the account it says, and they prepared spices and wines and rested according to the law, or according to the commandment.
And what's the commandment of rest? Sabbath.
The Sabbath.
It's the Sabbath day, man. It's the Sabbath.
Now they're coming, the women are coming to the sepulchre, and what happened?
And it says, Behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it.
So the angel of heaven came down, rolled the stone, and sat upon it. And what happened?
His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. And for fear of him the keepers did shake and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, Fear not ye, for I know that ye seek Yahawashi, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen, as he said.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Now a lunar Sabbath holder will say that's not correct, because that day couldn't have been that third day.
So now
they can't agree with that. It's impossible. If you believe in the lunar Sabbath, you can't believe in this account.
and that's why they don't want to go into this. That's why they don't want to go into this.
They can't confess that.
They would have to say Mary Magdalene went to the sepulchre a week later.
They'd have to say she went a week later.
Exactly. When the thing is counting it out, it's counting it out.
That's what Yahawashi say right here in Luke. This was when Mary Magdalene went to the sepulchre and she had the encounter with Yahawashi. He said, he said, He is not here, but is risen. Remember how he spake unto you when he was yet in Galilee?
It's the angel talking.
Saying, the Son of Man must be delivered into the hands of sinful men and be crucified, and the third day rise again.
So the angel lying too.
So they all lying.
So the angel lying too. So a Babylonian Sabbath holder. That's what we're gonna start calling it. No more new moon lunar Sabbath. A Babylonian Sabbath holder has to disagree with that. Can't count.
And see,
because you know how the lunar Sabbath works, right? Yep.
Yeah.
They can't agree with that.
Yeah. They're taken away from
the angel said that.
And get the account. What's his name?
Yahawashi.
Ananias.
Get the Cleopas too.
What was it?
Get the Cleopas.
Yeah,
that was in Mark. Was that Mark?
Is that Mark? That Luke. Get Luke 24.
I'm already in it.
I mean, not 24. Luke.
Because you only got 16.
Sorry, not 16.
It was
Cleopas.
What was your?
That's an X, huh?
No, Cleopas.
This third day.
It's Cleopas. It's in Luke, I believe. Luke 24. Go to Luke 24 and about 18.
Luke 24 and 18.
Hey, look, listen to this now. Now, they go up a little bit more as people were going like 16 or so.
Okay, this is Luke 24 and 16.
Now peep this. This is a witness now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to start at 15.
15.
24 and 15. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Yahawashi himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holden that they should not know him. And he said unto them, What manner of communication are these that ye have one to another as ye walk and are sad? That's Yahawashi. And the one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answered, said unto him, Art thou only a stranger in Jerusalem, and hast not known the things which are come to pass there in these days? And he said unto them, What things? And they said unto him, concerning Yahawashi of Nazareth. Now this is Yahawashi talking to him, but they don't know it's Yahawashi.
Right.
They can't tell it's him.
Which,
Now what did the guy say to Yahawashi?
he said, which was a prophet mighty in deed and word before the Most High and all the people, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death and have crucified him. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And besides all this, today is the 3rd day since these things were done.
Good night.
They go you 3 days. Them boys, that lunar
The
Sabbath.
God said it was the 3rd day, so how is it the next week on the 23rd day of the month?
Third day since all
And
these things
Yahawashi
have
talking to him,
happened.
so now Cleophas lying,
Yep.
Yahawashi lying too.
The
And the
angel
angel
lied.
lied.
Yahawashi should have corrected him and said, no, it's the 23rd day of the month.
Right,
It ain't
right.
the 3rd day.
Right.
Goofy.
And then,
Come on, man.
Hey, that's what he would do, right? Hey, that's what he knows.
yeah.
That's what he would say.
Hey man, but that's true though, man.
That's right,
Even
man.
that teaches.
He was say, that's what the boy said. He said, goofy.
We want to see the death and resurrection of
You cannot
Yahawashi
confess,
broken
and that's
down
the key
according to the lunar
doctrine
Sabbath.
is to believe Yahawashi rose in the
Right.
3rd day.
And see, they stick.
You can't even make it if you don't believe that.
Yep.
See,
Y'all
and-
believe in the resurrection?
That's right. That's why they stick to that 1 Samuel, even though we know they incorrect.
Yeah. I mean,
they use a lot of conjecture and semantics with all
That's
that
right.
stuff, bro.
You can't get to the 8th day in that 1 Samuel, man. You
all.
can't get to the 8th day.
You can't.
We even spot you 2 days you can't get
That's
it.
what our whole point of bringing it up was for y'all to prove to get to the 8th day.
Yeah, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
Give me 8 days on that
But
thing.
you want to analyze
And they
the
come
new
in.
moon, you want to analyze the day before the
But
new
we're
moon, you
going
want to
to-
analyze the
New
supper.
down from the 2
Yeah,
moons.
2
Now they
lunar-
said it's 2 new moons.
Come on, man.
Oh.
Meaning that
Get
when the
that
new moon
scripture,
comes
bro.
in, the 2nd day is
What was
also
that,
new
Luke?
moon
Was
day.
that
No, and
So now you got, and then according to them, that's the
both,
Sabbath.
he said it's the both new moons.
I keep always forget that. I know where it's at. It's in,
They use the 1 Samuel because the second
No, Nehemiah.
The
Was it
both
Nehemiah?
new moons.
the new moons.
Yeah.
Ezra. Ezra 3 and 6.
Ezra 3 and 6.
Yeah, Ezra 3.
Yeah, yeah.
3 and 8. 3 and
No,
6.
it's 8. It's 8 and 5.
Sometimes I just feel like
Or is that Amos?
It's 3.
I
It's
think
3.
Amos.
Yeah, it's Ezra's 3 and 6 or 6 and 8. I mean 3 and 6 or 6, 3 and 8.
And like I said, anybody come with you with that Babylonian Sabbath, show them the accounts in Yahawashi rising the 1st day of the week, ask them what day Yahawashi was taken.
You said 3 and 7 now?
They gonna be
3 and 6.
discombobulated.
Is
Because
it
see, that's a
3
key
and 6?
aspect.
3 and 8.
If you don't believe in the
I think
lunar
it's 3 and
Sabbath,
6
you
though.
cannot believe in Yahawashi. You can't. It's like a doctrine. It's like one of many
both
false
new moon.
doctrines that will trap someone from denying Yahawashi.
yeah.
Because now red letter don't matter, the accounts of him
Nah,
don't matter.
yeah.
Then now
Let me
Yahawashi is
see.
thrown out the way.
It said now that on that one it was from the 1st day of the 7th month.
But go up a little bit. It might be up some.
All right.
Gone, bro.
All right. All right.
Shalom.
Let's see.
What you looking
Oh
for?
yeah. It's on
Got
5. It's on 5.
Five.
It's on
My
5.
brother called. He said it was 3 and 5.
Yeah. So here it is. This is Ezra 3.
Yeah. 3 and 5.
Ezra 3 and 5. And afterward, this is Ezra 3 and 5. And afterward offered the continual burnt offering, both the new moons and all the set feasts of the Lord that were consecrated.
Okay.
Both the new moons.
Okay, after offering, both the new moon and
Come on.
the feast of the Lord.
There's no
So
two new
both
moons.
is the new moon
And the feast of the Lord.
It's not 2 new moons.
I need both.
That's what they were saying though.
I need both Aaron and Hawayala to come with me to help me with
Right. There you go.
That's what it's
English.
saying.
There you go.
Yo, that's common English right there, bro.
See, man, they were, dude, man. It was just like, man, we ain't really, hey, I guess that's how the Most High wanted it set up.
Yeah.
To let them keep on talking.
Yeah.
Cause see now, when we go back and review what they were saying, we seeing all the error in what
Right.
they were saying. Cause like we said, man, if you following the command of the Most High, man,
That's
your
right,
stuff
man.
gonna flow like water.
That's
But now
right,
when
yeah.
we come back to your stuff, we see that everything you saying was in error, man.
That's right.
You know, so
And they know we know.
yeah, man.
And
They
that
don't
first
wanna
Samuel, Yahawashi clearly said it was the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Clearly said it was showbread. So
And
I
he
can
could-
get to the 8th day now.
And look, hey,
That's
and-
all clear.
And when you came out and asked the brother on the phone, said Nasarah on the phone, he said, "Wasn't that bread hot?" That brother clearly said, "No, it wasn't." But
Yeah.
then when you go to 1 Samuel 21:6, it clearly states that that bread was hot, man.
Why would the priest be switching out the showbread unless it was the Sabbath?
Come on, bro.
Why?
They can't even, bro. The Most High could kill a priest for moving the showbread outside of the Sabbath day.
That's right.
Right.
If a dude come through and move the showbread from the temple, he's a priest. And he's in charge of making the showbread. If he moved that joke on the third day of the week, Most High just could kill him.
Yep.
Be like, you know damn well that you're supposed to do that on the Sabbath. Put you to death.
Yeah.
That's right.
They are very careful. Them priests are very careful. Sabbath day roll in, they're gonna go outside or whatever it was, bake that bread fresh with the frankincense and all the different stuff that they put on there.
And the feast.
And the feast.
With Saul, the new moon feast on the first day. Okay, and the next day was just supper, man.
It was just a regular supper.
Hey, it was just supper.
He's a servant of David.
Come on, man.
David
is a mighty man.
David is one of his servants, bro.
Yeah,
right.
When he didn't show up the first day, Saul thought, well, he was probably unclean.
Right.
Because if you're unclean, you can't do the holy convocation with the brethren.
Right.
Okay.
So he's thinking, okay, he didn't come here, but the next day he gonna be here. The second evening, he didn't show up.
Right.
So Saul was pissed.
He was hot.
That's when Saul was talking with Jonathan.
Got mad.
And was like, where's the son of Jesse? And threw the javelin at his son, tried to damn near kill him.
Right. Yep.
Okay, another one. Luke 6:6.
Luke 6:6. Let's
We answered all the questions that we couldn't get them out the other night. We actually did answer. You know what I mean? Just because he didn't agree.
For the sake of edification.
Yeah, right.
So brothers can see the right doctrine. Like we said, no more lunar Sabbath.
You can almost start at Luke 4 and 5 and read the context what was going on the Sabbath before.
Luke 6.
Oh, this is Luke 6 and
let's get into the first Sabbath.
That's what I'm saying. You can get into the first Sabbath.
Well, first let's go to Luke 4. No, go read 6 and then read 6 where it says
we go
at
back.
the top.
Okay, at top. This is Luke 6. And it came to pass on the second Sabbath after the first.
Okay, we're gonna show you where the first Sabbath was.
Right.
Right.
That he went through the corn fields, and his disciples plucked the ears of corn and did eat, rubbing them in their hands.
That's right.
Can you believe that these guys tried to refute Matthew 12 by jumping to Luke 6 and talking about the second week?
I couldn't, man.
Can you believe that, bro?
I told the brother on the phone, I said, hey, either we got different understandings on this, because this Sabbath is clearly talking about the second Sabbath.
7 days later, clearly.
It's just another Sabbath.
It's just another
because
Sabbath.
we're going to go into the first Sabbath.
Right.
It doesn't tell you what month it was at all.
Nah.
Yeah.
It just says the second Sabbath. We're going to tell you why it says the second Sabbath. Now go to Luke 4.
Yeah.
And go to when Yahawashi was in as his custom was.
Let's see.
Where is it at? Right here. Start up right here.
At 14.
Yeah.
This is Luke 4 and 14. And Yahawashi returned in the power of the Spirit into Galilee. And there went out the fame of him through all the region round about. And he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up. And as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up to read.
So he did what his custom was. He didn't come on any other day. That day was a Sabbath, according to how he always did it when he was growing up.
That's right.
Now, when you go into chronological order, this was the first Sabbath that Yahawashi preached.
Exactly.
That's why when you get into Luke 6, it says the second Sabbath after the first. Luke is showing you the chronological order in which he started preaching. That was just the second Sabbath. Because in between that first Sabbath and the second Sabbath, what happened? He got his disciples.
Yeah.
He got some of the different disciples. In fact, when you go to Luke 5, it tells you he met Peter, James, and John.
Yeah, and after all that, then you coming into the next Sabbath.
Yep.
So these dudes was trying to say that it was 2 Sabbaths in 1 week.
Yep.
It's like, dude, you can't have that, bro. That don't even make sense.
They're saying that first Sabbath had to be 2 new moons. I don't know what they were thinking.
Bro,
Lord,
actually,
Yahweh knows.
I kind of, man, I started zoning out on that. I was like, man, I don't see where you.
too deep on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem too.
That's it.
These guys, they try and go too deep and they go fall off a cliff, man. They drown in the abyss. Because when you start thinking too deep, this is a simple. When you,
it's simple,
it's
bro.
really a mathematical equation.
Yeah,
really.
right.
Yeah.
It's
Just
simple,
precept upon precept. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Just put it together. You ain't got to be super deep.
Yep.
But really, when you do simple, it is deep though, because it's deeper than any wisdom on the
Yeah,
planet.
it is. Yeah, it is.
And it shows that it is real deep to those guys, man.
Why the Lord
It's
didn't
too
break
deep
his
for
Sabbath down if it was according to the new moon,
See,
like they say?
there was never a
Why
law-
he just didn't give instructions like, hear these words, O Israel.
Exactly. Here
When the
these
new
words.
moon comes,
This shall be
a Sabbath unto you.
and it shall guide all weekly Sabbaths.
Nope. Because you know why? Yahawashi is not a Babylonian god. That's why.
That's why.
That's right.
Dagger.
That's right.
If Yahawashi was Allah or Nimrod,
That's right.
or
Yeah.
any one of them other Babylonian gods, then he would have made that commandment. But our power is not that power.
And we got books to back all that up, back the scriptures up.
Yeah.
But we don't need it. Because the
That's why we
scriptures
told
backing
them
itself
guys,
up,
right.
man.
We say we want to just deal with
Yeah,
the book.
we
can
can
deal with
talk
the book.
about what calendar, the Gregorian calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
If y'all want to get into
Man.
that, we're going to do that formally.
We can get into that.
yeah, we
We get
can
into
pull
We're
that
that.
out.
going to do
That's
that
right.
for the sake of edification for the brothers and sisters
That's
out there.
right.
Yep.
Not for them,
Yeah.
because the Most High did not open their eyes. We pleaded with them brothers for hours.
Right, right.
4 hours?
Yeah, right,
No,
right.
3 hours, roughly.
Yeah, because
Because the
it
first
was
one-
two
Because
different
the
sections.
first one with the half of it was the Charlottesville thing.
Yeah.
Then the second half was the what's it called them for three hours.
Yeah.
So what do we got to do? According to the scriptures, as a heretic, it was the same
And the
as the
first and
heretic
second admonition. Hey,
reject
you
it.
reject, bro. So we
We ain't got to deal with them.
yeah, we ain't
And
got
now,
to do it.
if we fit that category in their eyes, we're okay with that.
We're okay. Hey, man, we feel
Okay.
all right in the way that we believe, man.
Yeah, we ain't gonna sit there.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do like the other groups and start praying.
They got one more scripture though. They got one more scripture
we
we
just
need
gonna
to
say we
address.
just ain't gonna deal with you no more.
At Exodus 19.
We ain't gotta go that far. We gotta say, look, hey, look, we ain't gotta deal with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go about your own way. Keep teaching what you're teaching. You want to teach flat Earth? You want to teach? Babylon Great Vatican? Oh, go ahead, bro.
Flat Earth and
Want to teach
Babylon.
spiritual woman at the well is a heathen and all that stuff? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, hey.
Go ahead and teach all that, bro.
Hey, look.
Who has resisted his will?
Hey, look, we not here for railing against railing, man.
Yeah, we
hey,
ain't do
man, hey, we just keep on moving,
Yeah,
man.
because if we keep coming back at you, we're gonna go off.
We're gonna go
We're gonna
off.
start
Yeah. And
doing
see-
the railing for railing.
Yeah, and see, that's a tactic of the devil to get you into
trying
that
to get you in
mode.
that flesh.
And so all we have to do is just keep on, hey, for the edification of the people, we do lessons to help the people understand. Not necessarily for, if they want to watch lessons and get edified, hey, go on ahead, brother. We ain't gonna
prevent you.
We ain't gonna prevent you or nothing like that, bro. It's just like, hey, we just trying to push this truth out to the people and help the people, man.
We're not trying to
know-
seem as like the deepest guys in Israel.
Right.
When we came together, we was like, look, we just want the truth to come out. We don't give a damn what it is.
That's right.
We don't have no intentions of being viewed as deep men in Israel, or we trying to one up. Like that's what they talked about back then. Oh, you just do one up me.
Yeah.
They always talk about the worrying about somebody one up in you, getting over on you, whether it's like just in everyday life or really in the truth. And that's why a lot of these guys that want to hold see when you're one up and you're trying to maintain preeminence. We don't care about that. The preeminence goes to Yahawashi.
There you go.
You ain't got no
That's it.
preeminence.
That's it. That's it. The preeminence goes to Yahawashi, bro.
And I always tell the brothers, I'm like, as long as I told you, I've done my job.
Yeah.
I did my job. If I see you doing something and I ain't tell you, then I'm wrong. If I
Exactly.
see you and I tell you,
That's
it's
what we're
nothing
trying to
like
do.
that.
We tried to warn our brethren that what they knew, and we believe in. This is even from brother to tell you. If they saw that the lunar Sabbath, that the Babylonian Sabbath is false, a lot of the stuff that they teaching would probably go away because they would begin to examine like, oh snap, I can't believe I believe this, and it's right here in front of me. Now you're going to start examining the other stuff that Tahar taught you. Instead of holding on to that leaven, but because the leaven wasn't purged, now then took over the whole law.
Because there is, like we always bring out, man, every time we go into the principles, say if you ain't getting these principles, man, you ain't gonna be pull out that stuff, bro. You got to follow those principles just to get away that leaven to be yanked from you. Because you can't do it on your own power.
You can't, man.
You can't.
Bro, we know guys, you're rational. A lot of guys don't know about that, but the brother saw it. There was a guy, he was a teacher. A lot of people followed his YouTube page.
Right.
He was a teacher on YouTube, and he taught a lot. And the dude flat out left the truth. Like, he wasn't posting for a while. We saw it 2 months back. And then the brother found his page. One of y'all found his page.
And I found his page. It was called the aquaponics or something like that.
Dealing with irrigation.
And dealing with aquaponics. And then next thing you know, Y'all What's Up came out and showed the little deal inside the comment board. Where he said he ain't dealing with it no more.
He said he don't believe in the truth no more. The dude rejected the truth completely. He said he don't believe in it no more.
Man,
he put it on the camera on YouTube. He said, people asked him, where you been? You haven't had this sometime. What's going on? He says, I don't believe in it no more.
Man, so now that all that stuff that he was doing, it's like, man.
And then there's even levels to that because, like we talked earlier, in order even to go into that next level, you got to fulfill certain aspects of the principles for even to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And when you go into the conversion of Paul had to get baptized, receive the Holy Spirit, and then he taught.
Yeah, that's right.
You can't do it. You can't do it the other way around.
Right.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm gonna start teaching." That's where a lot of these false doctrines is coming from.
Right.
Because now you ain't got the right way. You're not following the right path. So
You're not.
eventually you're gonna veer.
Yeah,
Eventually you're just and really doctrinally, when you look at a lot of these groups, they always got chinks in the armor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing IUIC, they say there's no name to call upon.
Right.
Most High in Christ blessed. That's it.
And then
now they teach the full moon
is the new moon. And that's totally
and
off.
there's no indication of that throughout history. You got all kinds of documents. Not only that, the scriptures even kind of show you.
Yeah.
Because even on the
Passover, the full moon was on the Passover.
Yep. When they were in Egypt.
Yep.
It was a full moon.
So
because the full moon falls on the 14th day at evening.
So
every month,
the
14th day at evening
is a full moon.
It's a full moon.
So how do we determine like the month's period? You know what I'm saying? Because I know like it's hard for me to believe stuff now for what I know.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So me trying to say it's June, I can't
well,
really
those are Gregorian calendar months. Which the guys that believe in the Babylonian Sabbath, what they try and do is accuse us of following the Gregorian calendar.
Right.
We don't believe
follow
it.
Yeah, we don't follow
we
it.
knew when the seventh month came in.
Yep.
We didn't say it was October or August or
Yeah.
something.
We
We
said
knew that, okay, the new moon's coming in. We got the phases of the moon app.
Yeah.
And we like, okay, look, the new moon's coming in soon. This is the first day of the month. This is the seventh month.
Yep.
And then we count from there. This is the Day of Atonement.
Yeah.
Simple.
Simple.
So yeah, that stuff you can't do because that's a solar lunar calendar.
Right.
And then even on top of that, I don't even think it's even based the same way as it was back then because they added days, not days of the week. They added days or subtracted days at some point. Yeah. They added extra days to the calendar, but they didn't change how the days of the week.
Yeah.
Meaning that it was still a rotation of 7.
Right.
It's just like, for example, what they did is like, it was August 4th today, and then the emperor was like, no, it's going to be August 12th. But if that day was a Wednesday, August 12th was a Wednesday, and they just continued on from there.
Yeah.
So the cycle of 7 never changed. Now, how you know that too is that when you go into like the Middle East, when the Arabs and stuff like that, they keep their own Sabbath at Friday night.
Yeah.
In their temples, in their mosques.
Yeah, and they don't follow.
They didn't change it up because Esau came.
Exactly.
They kept that stuff in the heart of Oman and all them places where it was very remote.
Now I've lived in that region, and what would happen is on that so-called 6th day when those Arabs get ready to pray, the music goes off and prayer time goes in, and then the next day was the Sabbath day.
Yep.
That's just how it worked. That Sabbath day was this day, but look, they didn't.
And it was a holy convocation because they try and do like we do.
Right.
So when on that Friday night, so-called Friday as it's called, which is really the 6th day at 5th day at evening, the 6th day of the week at evening.
Right.
They get together. That's their convocation.
That's their convocation. And see, and those guys didn't follow a Gregorian calendar.
They didn't.
They
never saw the Gregorian calendar.
They don't follow it.
The Gregorian calendar was not known until Esau took over the world.
Yeah.
And see these guys.
And even then, if you go over there, if you go to Saudi Arabia, you go to Iran, they don't even call. If you go to Iran, they don't even call it the April or March. They call it Nisan.
Right.
Even till now.
Yeah.
Now, from a world business perspective, they'll acknowledge it.
Right.
Because they're under Esau's rule.
Right. Yeah, you ain't gotta
But over there, how do they keep all their festival days in Iran, in India, in the Middle East without following actually the new moon?
Right.
They have to. Because all their months and stuff, Ramadan, all that stuff is based on their new moons.
Yeah.
When they have them.
Yeah. When they have it. Yep.
They don't go and say, well, look, it's the first month of June. We're going to start Ramadan. They don't do that.
Yep.
They already established their own ways going back thousands of years ago.
Right.
It's Esau that came with the confusion around the world, especially over here.
That's right.
Yep. That's right.
That's why you really can't pay attention to months. Now the guy tried to get this brother to say a month and a day of a Gregorian month.
Right.
He asked you when is the next new moon coming in.
Right.
He had you look at September, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, see, you believe the day in September. You believe the month? See what these guys is doing?
Man.
They believe, that's what they try and do because
Semantics all
they
the
do
time.
semantics.
Well, I really gotta go ahead and show you
But
that,
peep
'cause
this.
that's what you know.
Peep this. If you go up to their camp and ask them, hey, bro, when is the next new moon coming in? They're going to say, bro, it's coming in on September such and such. So why would you say it and acknowledge it that way for the sake of your brother understanding? And then when you trying to get this brother to say it so you can accuse him of believing in September.
Exactly.
That's why the guy said, how you going to say September? Septa means 7, and that's the 9th month according to the Gregorian calendar. That's what they try to accuse the brother of doing.
Yeah.
That's Satan.
But when the scriptures does it say the new moon is the first day of the week though?
Yeah,
Where in the scriptures?
It don't.
Nowhere.
They have to change it.
They don't want to say it, but that's the obvious the only way they do
turns
it.
into
Yeah.
Sabbath.
Exactly.
Sabbath. Yeah. They turn the
can't do
Kadash
that, bro.
into Sabbath. You can't do it.
You don't believe you need more people, man.
Yeah, we gonna edify though. We gonna edify because it was a lot of people on that first phone call and they probably got twisted up.
Confused.
Yeah, got confused.
Anybody
with
that was listening from the outside,
yeah.
if you would listen,
Yeah.
you would have been confused.
Especially not
You'd be
seeing
like,
the
who the
first.
hell's right?
Especially if they didn't catch the first radio show.
Yeah, the first radio show they didn't want to put up because they had them boys discombobulated out the gate.
Yeah, and then that's when the semantics came at the end. The brothers were trying to get me off of.
Bro, hold on, bro, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Because it's.
bro.
Oh, you going?
No, it's
Oh, okay. Yeah, but yeah, man, it's it's a lot of semantics being utilized in this thing, man. And so we ain't trying to deal with semantics. We just want the raw goodie, bro.
Yep.
We want to give it to the people the way. Because man, we look at, man, if you're supposed to be in this position of assisting brothers into attaining salvation, man, you want to bring the right thing because that, like the scriptures say, be not many masters, for there's a greater condemnation. So you coming out here teaching people, teaching them wrong, you got a greater condemnation coming to you for doing that, man, teaching those wrong doctrines.
Yeah, you got to be very careful, man. In fact, get that in Revelation real quick about adding or subtracting from the word.
We got one more scripture that we need to go over too. Or what they had brought out. That Exodus 19. When this was when Moses had told the people to sanctify themselves today and tomorrow.
Yep.
And then he say, and be ready against the third day.
Yeah.
You know, and let me read it right quick. This is chapter 19 and 10. And Yahweh said unto Moses, go unto the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai.
That's why they did it, bro.
And all through the scriptures, whenever before they come before the Lord, they got to get sanctified.
Yep.
That was it. And if you read from the beginning of the chapter, these folks was just traveling through the desert and the wilderness, man. They didn't encountered so many unclean insects and bugs and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
You know, but it was just a thing that they always did before the Most High always ordered the people to be sanctified before they was coming down.
And you can't be unclean before him.
Right. It was just so happened he was coming to see him on the third on the third day.
It had nothing to do with two moons.
Had nothing to do with two moons.
feasts.
Yeah.
That's what the guy said.
Yeah.
So basically now, are they saying that every new moon,
Right.
you gotta have 2 new moon day feasts?
And had nothing to do with that.
That don't make no damn sense.
Nothing.
And then on top of that to them is a full Sabbath, meaning you can't cook.
And he
So that
precepted
means you
with
gotta
that
prepare
with that
for 3
Ezra
days
3.
of food without cooking.
And that was precept with that Ezra
He
3.
ain't got refrigerators, bro.
Right.
So that means for 3 days, these guys gotta eat meat or whatever it was.
Yeah.
3 days later, because they had to keep 2 new moon feasts.
Yeah.
Because according to them, that's a regular Sabbath.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Man, they, you know
You're
what?
not supposed to eat old meat anyway.
That's in the law. Yeah, we're not
That's
supposed
in
to
the
eat
law.
old meat.
Right.
That's in the law.
Really, we're supposed to just eat that same day. I think after a certain amount of time, just to throw it away.
You're supposed
Right.
to wait.
Most High don't even want
It becomes abomination, man.
Yeah, the Most High don't really, he really wants us to eat more fresh stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You make it that day, you eat it that day. You know what I'm saying? Or you eat it the next day, but after the next day at evening, you gotta
I
go.
mean, if you so hooked up on that third day, do the death and burial of Yahweh
That's
Shai in the 3 days, man.
They ain't gonna touch that.
He didn't
bro.
want people to get sick.
That's kryptonite to them boys, bro. Cause see, they got to put that 23rd day in there. They don't want to do that. This is Revelation 22 and 18. For I testify to every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, the Most High shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, the Most High shall take away his part out of the book of life.
That's how dangerous it is.
That's how dangerous it is. And see, when guys come into, because we go into these foundational principles, these guys reject that from the jump. Oh, see, baptism is the word. These boys talking about you need water. But man, we did plenty of classes. If them brothers would have listened to the classes, they would have got the understanding of it. And see, by rejecting that aspect of the doctrine, certain other aspects will be taken away from you too, man.
Yep.
And that's just how it works.
And you're taking away not only just from the word in general, we're talking about red letter.
Yeah, you talking about red
You're
letter.
talking about words that came out of Yahweh's mouth. Now Yahweh says the same words that I've spoken unto you, the same shall judge you on the last day.
Right.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
So you
That's
come
right.
to the
That's right.
Hey, I'm supposed to get into the kingdom. Hold on.
Man.
Where's thy garment?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, right.
What do you mean?
Right.
You didn't get baptized.
You ain't
in
get
the name you didn't baptize in my name. You didn't receive the Holy Spirit.
Woo!
Huh? What was it? Bind them hand and foot, cast them into outer darkness.
Oh,
There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth.
That's
For many are
scary,
called,
bro.
few chosen.
That is a scary piece right there, bro. If you don't, man.
But see, you got guys, they willing to listen to their master teacher, their rabbi, even if they leave them.
Right.
Even if they leave out from among them, you still got guys that leave GMS and they still disciples of GMS.
Yep.
Ain't nobody in GMS can say that we wrong with their stuff at this point.
Right.
They can't say that. Because even everything that they got right, we went into all Tahar's breakdown.
Yep.
All his stuff that he went into was wrong. And then even when the Cornelius thing, there was already men in Old One West that believed that Cornelius was an Israelite.
Right,
It just wasn't taught.
Right.
There was always that in the air that he was an Israelite. It's just that Tahar spring-forwarded it and made it and said outright, this is what it is, and it caused a division.
Right.
That's all it was. But when you examine all his other revelations, they're all wrong.
Yep.
All of them.
Yep.
All his new revelations, new stuff, almost all of them is wrong. Some stuff he got from around
from the Bible Belt. From the Bible Belt.
yeah. Some stuff he got right because he got it from Ariel when Ariel was in his right mind. And different elders back then. They had certain semblance of it that are right, but what Tahar changed up the Samaritan woman at the well. She said she's a heathen now. Then the woman, even the Syrophoenician woman, she became an Israelite.
Right.
Then what else did he do? I mean,
It was tons of it, man.
there's so many doctrines. Oh, Jacob is the former of all things.
Right,
That's
right,
talking
right.
about
Come on,
Jacob,
man.
the inventors. We went into that.
Yeah.
That's talking about Yahweh.
That's talking about
that's it.
Yahweh.
It compares, when you read it up in context, it compares the gods of the
That's
other
right,
nations
man.
that can make nothing,
Yep.
that are just idols made out of stone and wood. And then it says, but ours is not like unto them, because ours is the former of all things.
And who was
That's
they
it.
talking about?
Yahweh, man.
But those are these new revelations and breakdowns that he got since leaving One West. But he had all these wrong breakdowns.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you know, the Most High, what it is that younger brothers in the faith, y'all younger brothers, and y'all in a very good position, bro.
Yeah,
Right.
you come in here and absorb this and
Yeah, because the thing about it is, if you came and, you know, a lot of times you say, man, I wish I came into this in 2007, 8, man, you'd be like these dudes.
yeah. And see now, coming in right now, your foundation be solid.
Yeah, now
you
you-
get your baptism, boom, 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 you roll.
Yeah,
Now you go into your teaching aspect, just like the order that Paul.
yeah. It's like Paul, when you go into Paul's conversion, it's literally like
That's
an
what
example
you need
of how
to
to
do.
do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then break it down for real too.
Yeah.
Bro, I was just reading that like last week.
Yeah.
That-
Paul couldn't go and start teaching. He couldn't be like, what's his name? What was the guy who met him with his carpenter's name? No, what was the guy's name that he went to in Damascus?
Shoot.
Ananias.
Was it Ananias? Is that his name?
Was that Ananias?
Go into Acts.
Let's see.
Go into Acts.
I think it's around about so Paul let's see. Corinth, no, he's in Ephesians.
No, go to Acts, huh?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Silas.
Go to his conversion. Or really when, you know, after he,
After he was
yeah.
converted. That's in 9 when he was converted. Let's see. What was that? Chosen man. Ananias.
Ananias,
A vision
yeah.
of a man named Ananias come in and put his hand on him that he might receive his sight. And Ananias answered the Lord.
Wait, read it out for the people.
Oh, yeah, this is Acts 9, and I'll start at 11. And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the street, which is called Straight, and inquire the house of
Wait,
Judah.
isn't that spiritual?
Yeah, yeah.
The street was called Straight.
Right.
There's only the straight way.
Hey, man, that's cool right
So
there.
the Most High gonna show you the straight way.
Hey, bro,
Right
that's beautiful right there,
Show them
bro.
the straight way.
Why would they mention that if it wasn't something parabolic?
Hey, man, that's awesome.
Right?
Yeah,
They
that's
say
right.
the street was called Crooked.
Yeah, yeah. Arise and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he prayed, and have seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hands on him that he might receive his sight. Then Ananias answered, Lord, I have heard by many of this man how much evil he hath done to thy saints at Jerusalem. And here he hath authority from chief priests to bind all that call on thy name. But the Lord said unto him, Go thy way, for he is a chosen vessel unto me to bear my name before the Gentiles and kings and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. And Ananias went his way and entered into the house, and putting his hands on him, Brother Saul, the Lord, even Yahawashi, that appeared unto thee in the way as thou camest, have sent me, that thou mightest receive thy sight and be filled with the Holy Spirit. And immediately,
Wait, receive the sight and be what?
and be filled with the Holy Spirit.
Which these guys don't believe in.
They don't believe in it.
They don't believe
Right.
in the Holy Spirit because the Holy Spirit is separate from Yahweh Shai. They'll
right.
say Yahweh Shai is the Spirit. This word that hold up the scriptures is the Spirit. No, it's not.
It's not. It's a different
It's
entity.
a different entity. Yahweh Shai even breaks it down, and it's not him.
Right.
Out of his own mouth, red
Yeah.
letter in John.
Yep, that's
It goes
right.
into the Comforter. And so when I leave, the Comforter shall come. How
Yeah.
is it the same person?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he just say, when I leave, I'll come back to you?
Yeah.
Why
He
would
didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
So was Messiah here in the spirit before he actually came in person? Because that's
Say that what up?
So I thought at first I thought the Holy Spirit was him, was Messiah before he actually came.
Nope.
No, it's a totally different entity.
We'll break it down too. He'll finish up, but we'll go into it.
Yeah, verse 18. And immediately there fell from his eyes as it had been scales, and he received sight forthwith, and arose and was baptized.
He was baptized in water
This man was baptized in water, man. This
in
is
the name of Yahweh Shai, and he already had received. Ananias out of his own mouth says that he received the Holy Ghost.
Yep. And so now this guy, all the stuff that he did prior to being baptized was remitted.
Yeah, because
So-
the baptism is the remission of your sins.
Yep.
And the Most High set that as a council.
Yep.
The Most High actually had a council in the heavens and actually said, this is how I want it to be done. Literally.
And this is what guys today are denying. This is what
Yeah.
they deny today.
That's why Yahweh Shai had to get baptized.
Yep.
And then after Yahweh Shai got baptized, when the other believers came, they were getting baptized.
Right.
too.
But these guys will tell you
Yahweh Shai's disciples is baptized
Yeah.
in water, because it tells you when you go into the council, like we went through all the
yeah,
accounts.
we went through all the accounts
You
of
can't
it.
deny it.
Yeah.
But in Old One West and all the breakoffs, they teach against it. Because a lot of these groups, knowingly and unknowingly, guys are teaching
Yeah.
against baptism. Because it's not all guys that's just outright doing it because they're trying to be fully wicked.
Right.
They just,
They don't
they're
know.
under, they're just, their understanding has been darkened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can't see it.
They can't say nothing.
And
though,
plus on
either.
top of that, it's not deep. It's a simple thing, but the Most High uses the simple things to confound the wise.
Yeah.
That's how he does it. He go, and something as simple as that, you know, this thing gonna get it. And that's scary, you know, because
Yeah, it
in
is.
a way, bro, when we realize that, we realize how far away we really were.
Right.
Most High gonna have to have something happen, some supernatural stuff happen for brothers and sisters to get sealed.
Yeah.
Which is happening, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At the rate, and it's gonna happen fast, like it did in Acts.
Yeah, that baptism is
I think
mandatory.
this blood did it for me a lot, just for the simple fact that the other day everybody was up under the water and we come out today and it looked like ain't nothing
Ain't
happened.
look like nothing happened.
Ain't nothing happened.
Yeah.
Who else can do that?
Yep.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Who else can do that?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing happened. You wouldn't even know that happened 2 days ago.
Well, no, we was shocked. I was like, I don't even see the damage. or
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no damage. You don't see no damage. That's crazy.
That's crazy, man.
And keep going
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is like the whole conversion.
Yeah, this is the whole conversion process. Verse 19. And when he had received meat, he was strengthened. Then was Saul certain days with the disciples which were at Damascus.
So he was learning. He was learning the doctrine and all that stuff in Damascus. Then what happened after that?
And straightway he preached Mashiach in the synagogues that he is the Son of Most High.
That's the process.
That's the process you gotta follow.
That's the straight way.
Yep.
Enter into the
To
straight gate.
No, enter into the street called straight.
The straight, yeah.
Yep. Hey, go into the street which is called straight. Bro, that's
That's
powerful.
literally the path.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, right.
That's the path. Yeah, bruh, that Acts 9:11 through 20 is the path that you have to take.
That's it.
And this is for all brothers. This is for the edification of brothers. We want y'all to get this, man. Whoever it may be.
And you know
Yeah.
what? Guys rarely even go to the Acts 9. They'll
rarely-
stay in Cornelius all day just to, you
Yep.
know, get on Israelites that don't believe he's an Israelite. I understand that.
Yeah.
But they never go to Acts 9.
And they
Because in Acts 9, you got to say the word, he got baptized.
Baptized.
Wait, how did he get baptized? And now they start preaching him the word?
No, he already received. Hey, look. all
Because they
these
say
guys-
baptism is the preaching of the word.
It's the preaching of the word. Well, look at Cornelius' household, man. Peter was preaching the word, and they received the Holy Spirit, and then they got baptized afterwards, man.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And Peter said, "Can any man forgive
but-
forbid water
water-
these men that they should not be baptized?"
And then they were baptized in the name of the Lord.
Man.
I mean-
Explain,
I
bro.
mean, hey, plain in the scriptures,
I mean, these
man.
are straight
Hey, man,
haymakers.
we just gotta
for
give
false
all.
doctrine.
We just gotta give all praise to y'all.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
for that, bro.
These are straight haymakers, man. This is like Mike Tyson just straight throwing punches out the gate, like ding ding first round. He going for the knockout.
That's why these guys can't. They can't come up against this baptism, bro. We went through that thing
Thoroughly.
heavy, bro. That's why when they did come up against it, hey man, it was brutal.
You're gonna look real stupid.
You gonna look
going
real
up
bad.
against the principles, man.
That's it.
Principles make you coming up against the doctrine. That's gonna make you look stupid.
It's gonna make you look real stupid.
Real
man.
dumb. I'm telling you, bro. When you get that reply lesson, that counter lesson,
Yeah.
you're gonna look silly.
Yeah.
Because we know, man, we looked at that so thoroughly, like, oh my goodness.
This is
We got all the precepts. We make sure we go to Genesis through Revelation.
Right.
We make sure we got every precept. Okay, we bringing it out.
Yep.
And then what we do, we'll just, Most High will have it to where we say, let's not bring this out.
Yep.
We'll bring this out if somebody says, we bring it, then we have counter precepts.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? To show them, hey, listen, you didn't know we had this in the Arnold Syndrome too.
Yeah,
How
right.
about this?
Oh, how about that?
How about that? Catch me outside. How about that?
Wait to see. We waiting to see one. We gonna wait patiently to see one.
Yeah.
On that the death and resurrection of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. That death and resurrection. We're not gonna see it.
I want to
need to
see
see.
I want to see a Babylonian Sabbath holder write down the death, burial, resurrection.
According to
They
their
see-
lunar Sabbath.
They
And
can't
show us what days it was.
Yeah,
Give us
right.
each day. Don't
Right.
say, oh, we need to there about. No.
Nuh-uh.
We don't want no
You can't.
semantics.
Hey, if you
Yeah.
if you go into that and you add there too, Revelation 22:18,
Yep.
Revelation
See, what
22:18.
happens is, like we talked about last time y'all were here, a lot of guys don't believe in eternal judgment, which is another principle. That's the last principle of the doctrine,
Yeah.
is eternal judgment. They don't believe there's an eternal judgment, meaning forever judgment for teaching those things. Because what happened is, you got people that become overwise. What I mean by that is this: they're in this thing, then they start saying, well, look, Most High is not going to destroy all of us, and if I don't make it, I'm going to come back in the kingdom anyway and still rule. So what they say is, well, let me go take a deal, or let me go submit to this guy's authority and teach false doctrine. I'm going to get a little cut of the money from the followers, so I could teach this, and then when the time comes at the end, even if I don't make it, I'll still be there on the other side anyway. Nah, buddy.
That's a very detrimental doctrine.
And that's a stumbling block. That's what makes people sell out. Go away from true doctrine. Not be careful with what they teach.
Yeah.
We take our time, we're bringing out a new doctrine. We got stuff we done went into, we ain't brought out, we talked about it last year, this time last year.
And that's
We still ain't brought it out. Not because it's wrong,
Right.
either it's not expedient or we want to make sure it's more thorough.
yeah.
And expedient meaning it's not time. Meaning right now, the
That's
time
right.
is push out. It's to come against false doctrine
Right,
and
right.
push out the principles.
So that stuff is labor intensive, man.
You got the Day of Atonement just passed.
Yeah, the Day of Atonement
And-
just passed, and like we said earlier, the significant event that happened on the Feast of Trumpets, which was
Right.
the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
So we just
But what's
that's
the law of the Day of Atonement though?
Now we did our Feast of Trumpets on the same day these guys did.
Yep.
So now they gonna call us. What they gonna say about that then, man?
Yeah.
If we go
Because
on,
they thinking we confused.
yeah, they thinking we confused.
But think about it. They thinking that we're confused of keeping the Sabbath every 7 days, but every 7 days they go out on the block.
yeah,
So we can count to 7. You can count to 7 too.
Exactly.
that's right.
That's
You
preschool.
just don't start counting 7 from the new moon.
We just don't keep Nimrod Sabbath.
right,
We don't keep some Talmud Sabbath.
That's right.
We don't
That's
keep.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We're not keeping the God Nimrod Sabbath, lunar Sabbath.
And we got documented proof where,
That's not gonna be cut.
yeah, we got documented proof that
Yep.
backs the Bible up
Yep.
that keeping the Sabbath from the on the 7th day and is not according to no Babylonian Sabbath.
Yep.
Yep, that's right.
It's actually the lunar Sabbath is more closely affiliated to the Babylonian Sabbath.
Yep. In fact, on the 15th day, which a lunar Sabbath holder has to keep, the 15th day in Babylon, it was for a particular god.
Right.
That day, that full moon day, which is the 15th day, which in the lunar Sabbath, in the Babylonian Sabbath, you keep 15 days as a Sabbath. That's also a day that in the ancient Babylon that they kept for a god.
That's right.
See, the Most High wouldn't do that because if the Most High did that, we would be worshiping the moon.
Yeah, right.
Now,
There
if
you
I'm
go.
not mistaken, wasn't one of them a moon god?
Yeah,
Either
yeah.
Semiramis or Nimrod was a moon god when you go into the ancient Babylon.
Yeah.
That's why, like Allah, like
Yeah.
Islam.
Right.
Islam, Allah is an old god.
Yes,
People
I know.
think Allah is actually, when Islam rose, Allah was a
He's
god that
old.
existed like back in ancient Babylon.
And that's a moon god, right?
That's
there.
a moon god. If you look up Allah, I don't know how they spell it in the Wikipedia, but if you go on Wikipedia and you type in, I
Yeah.
forgot how they
Yeah.
spell it, but the god is called Allah. When you look it up, it's a Babylonian god and he's a moon god.
Yep, that's right. So when they changed up that doctrine, man, they went to the left.
Basically, they're trying to make you moon worship.
That's what it is.
It's a deceitful way to follow you into moon worship without you knowing. And when you acknowledge lunar Sabbath, you go moon worship.
You're a moon worshiper, bro.
That's why the Most High didn't only allowed like 2 holy days that would fall on the full moon. Feast of Booths, Tabernacles,
Yeah.
and then the Passover. If
Right.
he had every month fall with a new moon, Jake would have been worshiping the moon because they
Yeah,
would say,
that's
look,
right.
every 15th day, the moon's out.
The moon. So we going to glorify the moon.
And then that would have made it easy for the other nations to deceive them and have them worshiping their moon gods. Because they acknowledge that moon god every 15th day of the month. When it's a full moon. So that's why the Most High didn't allow that to happen, because Jake is simple.
Yep.
Jake will use that as an excuse to now acknowledge the heathen god. Like they're doing today.
Yep. Hey, man. This is what it
Don't
is.
get mad at us, bro. You guys was in there when your man was having y'all keep the real Sabbath.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then he switched it up on you boys, and y'all said come.
Yep.
Y'all said
Right.
come and said okay.
Yep.
Go on a Friday. Come.
Yeah, because what does that allow you to do, man? You can deal
You know?
with
Right.
your girl on Friday night.
You know?
Because she gonna want you to take her out on Friday night sometime,
Right.
and then all you gotta do is be like, hey man, I just can't go this Friday, we'll go next Friday. You know what I'm saying? When it
Yeah.
falls on that Friday,
Yeah, when it falls on that Friday.
he can push back.
She
and be-
confused every month.
She confused. Yeah.
Every month you like, oh, every month she confused. We can't do nothing. It's a Sabbath.
Yeah.
So the Sabbath Wednesday too?
Yeah, right.
That month it was Tuesday.
He just ain't gonna tell her.
Yeah.
I have them back to back.
Yep.
You see the confusion?
It's a double Sabbath. What?
Yeah.
What you talking about? A double Sabbath? Man, the 28th just came
Yeah.
through now. We got the
We in the
29th just
Sabbath
coming
now.
in on the no more.
They just had one.
29th.
They
What?
just had one at the beginning of this
Hold on,
month.
that ain't no Sabbath, bro.
Yeah.
They just had 2 back-to-back Sabbaths.
They just
at
had it,
beginning
and
of
the
this
dude was
month.
accusing us in the first
Right.
conference call, but they had back-to-back Sabbaths
right
back then because the Sabbath ended, and then the next day was the new moon.
Woo!
The next day was the new moon. Their Sabbath. Listen, Their Sabbath ended the 29th day at evening, which was a Sunday at evening, so-called Sunday evening, but guess what came in that same time? The new moon day.
And then now they had another
So that
Sabbath.
means they had 2 Sabbaths in a row.
Man.
Hey, and that means
That's not logical.
Hey, bro. That
but the dude tried to accuse us of having 2 Sabbaths in the same week. But you just
had 2 Sabbaths.
But you was just upcoming to have one.
Well, that's it.
Hey, what is that one in Sirach? He says the speech of a foolish man. It says as a speech that maketh no sense. Remember, Bob? We read that the other day. I don't know if it's you or what. It was in Sirach, man. I can't find it.
I can't remember it.
I can't find it, bro. It was a cut, man. Oh, I put it on the what's it called? Remember?
on the group.
I put it on the group chat like a few days ago. Because, man, that stuff will have you confused.
It will.
I find it because it's not that far up. If you go on there, you can get that one too.
And the Most High wouldn't have made the Sabbath so hard to find in the scriptures, man. So just, you know, he would have laid it out just like he laid out all, I mean, he did lay it out. Just like how he laid out all the other high holy days. Plain and simple.
Yep.
7-day cycle never was broken.
Never was broken.
Never was broken.
That's why it says in the law it's a perpetual covenant.
Never was broken.
Ongoing, continuing, meaning never ending.
Right.
That's a covenant for us to keep the Sabbath every 7 days. Because why? Because on the 6th day, Yahweh made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day, he rested.
He rested.
Yeah.
Out of his own mouth, he said that. He told you why to keep it that way. Because on the 6 days, the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day, he rested.
That's right. That's right.
That's the law that he gave to Moses.
And these dudes, they
Not
keep
on the lunar Sabbath day, he came in on the 8th day, he rested.
But how do you determine when is the day? What, you like, dude, they never stopped the cycle, bro.
The cycle's perpetual, bro.
It kept going. These dudes, our forefathers knew. Hell, even the Ishmaelites knew.
Yeah.
Shoot, they knew it, man.
Yep.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, because they're sons of Abraham.
Yeah, they sons of Abraham, so they knew it, bro.
And that's why when the Islam came through, they just said, okay, we'll keep it.
Yeah.
We'll keep it a little our own Sabbath. That's why I stayed near a little, there's a Sugar Land, there's a big old like Muslim, not mosque, but it's like a Muslim center.
Yeah, yeah.
You see every so-called Friday night, you see all the Muslims that live in and around the area go to that place.
Right.
And have their prayer and their convocation, and then they leave and go back home and keep their little Sabbath and
Yep.
come back out.
That's how they do it, bro.
Plain.
Cause we had that over
right,
in,
man.
in the land when I was over there, man. The people's music would come on. You were like, oh man, here we go.
And that scripture in Daniel 7:25 where it said that they're gonna think to change the laws, the
times and laws.
The
That's
times
what
and laws.
changing.
Think to change, bro. You think the Most High gonna let them change that?
Right.
I mean, they can try all day, but they not gonna change that 7-day
Look at
cycle.
Esau, man. Look at Esau.
What are you doing?
666. Look at Esau, man.
Oh, they don't give a damn.
They'll tell you straight up. Yeah, I seen a dude in the
They'll outright tell you they want you to take
on his neck.
Oh.
They'll tell you straight up, man. They believe it, man.
Yeah, and you saw outright will tell you he believe in Satan.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's their God. They know
They
that.
God.
Everything about it is definitely structured, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Creation from the end of the
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
How y'all going?
All right.
Huh? Shoot, man.
I ain't got nothing either, bro.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think I ain't. Yeah, I ain't.
It's water with you.
You want something? You want something to drink? You want something to drink, bro? You want some water?
Yeah.
You want some water?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
So how y'all doing?
All right.
Got some food too. You want some food?
What food y'all got?
Right here. Huh?
Everlasting food. Everlasting
That's
food.
right, bro.
Everlasting.
You believe in the Most High?
I believe you.
That's right.
You believe in the Son? You believe in the Son? Hey,
Right.
you know the Most High's name? Huh? Yahweh is the Most High, and His Son's name is Yahawashi. Yahawashi.
Right.
Yeah, Sirach 21 and 18.
You found it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's taxing to go into false doctrine sometimes, but you got to do it.
You gotta do it, bro.
You know, it's taxing though.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
you,
much.
You get to a point, you be like, oh man, another one.
A new one.
Yeah, bro.
I never thought I had to go into breaking down Babylon to anybody.
Bro.
I never thought we would have to go back and try and crash down a Vatican is the Babylon the Great. Never thought that, bro. At least, you know, among Israelite groups, there's different doctrines that are common amongst all of them.
Well, everybody outside of Israel, the Israelite groups, Hebrew Israelite groups say that Babylon, the great is America.
Yeah, right.
Not really. Not really, because I dealt with them churches through Esau, even back in the early to mid 2000s, and they were saying it was the Vatican.
They were saying.
He said. Oh, I thought you said the Israelite
church.
Well, the majority of the people I've seen that's not in Israelite groups.
You talking about Jakes?
Oh yeah, I thought you said
Yeah.
That's outside of.
Yeah, like
Israelite
even
groups.
Rastafarians call the place Babylon.
Yeah.
You know, in the West Indies, you know, in Jamaica.
But the thing to me that make me feel like this is not just the abominations and the whoredoms, but the merchants, man. The fact that the merchants and talking about all the delicacies and stuff like that.
Well,
when
that's
you go into the store, you look around,
Bro.
Man.
But that's in Revelation.
That's in Revelations, man. So you mean
So
to tell me
how's the
that
Vatican that though?
the Vatican ain't that, bro? Hey,
America is the #1 importer of goods, man.
The #1 importer of goods on the planet, you can look it up, is America.
We gonna fall, man. Once this trade shit with Donald Trump and shit, man, we gonna have a hard time in America.
But peep this, they still gonna be bringing goods to America because when the destruction comes,
they gonna be mourning that
they're gonna be mourning because they're gonna be on the side. So even if America's, because you can have turmoil in Babylon, race riots, people getting put into concentration camps and things like that, and still have trade coming in. Because remember, people are gonna be taking the chip too.
People gonna be taking that chip.
So them people got to get goods from China and all them other places.
Some of them already took the chip.
Yeah, some people already took the chip.
Yeah, they got some people that took that chip.
Just like they got certain companies. They got a company out there in the Midwest, in Wisconsin, I believe.
Yeah, they already taking it.
the chip.
Yeah.
And there's nothing but Edomites. Even the Jake in there will be looking like.
They're like, man, I ain't putting that in.
Y'all need to
Nah,
go
they'll
ahead.
get it, man. As soon as they see the women with it, because the women, the sisters gonna be like, look, girl, I got my chip. It's over.
This is a smaller company. It was all Edomites in the video.
Yeah,
But bigger companies, they're gonna do that too, though. Like they got forward compatibility.
Yeah.
Like for example, like in a lot of jobs now, you got a chip card, an RFID chip card. So when you sign up on your computer, you got to have it already plugged in order to sign on to do your work. Now it's forward compatible to where eventually you'll just have the chip in your hand.
Right.
And then they'll probably have like an adapter that you attach to that same thing, and you'll just go up and be like, with your chip, and then sign in.
That's how they do it. They're gonna make it.
It's conditioning. They're psychologically conditioning people right now. Like if you go to McDonald's, they got like the self-serving machines.
Hey man, they got self-serving machines at McDonald's.
They changing up the well, I know they doing it up north a lot.
Yeah.
On the West Coast.
Yeah, in the West Coast. So they putting self-serve. So you just go in there and be like, boop, boop, boop. Kind of like they got it Buc-ee's.
Oh yeah.
You know, you ever go to Buc-ee's? You know, you ever been to Buc-ee's? It's like a little gas station type thing.
Oh, okay.
They got kiosks where you go order your food.
Yeah, look, kiosk. All you do is just go in there and just plug that joker, and then the people make it in the back and just give it to you. You don't have nobody up there just helping you like that no more.
Now peep this. You watch Back to the Future 2, right?
Right.
When it went to the future.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Now remember when Marty McFly goes up to the Cafe 80s?
Yeah.
How come he didn't have to bring out a card at all? He walked into the store, he walked into the Cafe 80s, and he was like, I want a Pepsi. And they just gave it to him.
And
He didn't bring out no credit card, no money, no nothing. Why is that? He had the chip.
Yeah, that chip.
He was already chipped. That's why you could just go in there and just order what you want. Because when you come in, they already got a scanner. Like you got Amazon Go. Amazon Go is a store where they're making where you literally just walk in, and once you walk in, they already know who you are, and you just put stuff in the bag and leave.
Man.
They already calculated all your stuff.
Wicked, man. This shit wicked, man. This shit. 1984, motherfucking Terminator.
Yep.
Man, this shit's so weak.
I'm telling you, bro.
Bruh,
This shit's so
it's
damn
coming,
weak.
bruh.
It's coming, man.
Wicked, man.
And it's crazy because they try to do that in ancient Rome.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna bring that out eventually.
We're gonna bring that out. I came out with that one.
Yeah.
That's why I say some of them took the chip already and don't even know it.
Don't even know it.
Some people took the chip. Because some people already made that deal, that pact. Most High ain't gonna turn them back because they already, there's a lot of stuff. Because the Most High can still take somebody out that didn't take the chip. It's not about if you take the chip, when it is instituted, is the people that's gonna take the chip is gonna take the chip. They're not gonna resist the will to take the chip.
Right.
That's why you don't know. Really, you gotta just be grounded in this thing. And when the time comes, you're gonna overcome the temptation.
Right.
Take it.
Because see, that temptation is gonna be a great temptation. It's
Yeah,
not
because
gonna
people just think it's gonna be like, even the way,
like they're gonna be like, I ain't gonna take it. Yeah, it ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah, it
it's
ain't
gonna
gonna
be
be
a,
like
it's
that.
gonna be a greater, it's gonna be a
It's
thing.
probably gonna be a lot of people dying.
exactly.
Yeah.
Be a lot of people dying.
It'll be brought in as a solution.
Yeah,
And
that's
also,
what it's gonna
it shows allegiance to this state.
be. That's it.
It shows allegiance to the New World Order. It's like multiple reasons of why they do have the chip.
Right.
Because if you're gonna resist, you're gonna die. That's how they look at it.
Yep.
That's why they had that movie, man, that never came out called The Deep State.
Yeah.
Man, that movie was demonic. The trailer, the bits that they showed is demonic. With
With the skirts and everything.
Yeah.
They
the Masons
Yeah.
beheading people. They had Masonic aprons.
And it's
The
gonna be-
Masonic-
it's-
you know the Masonic apron is the same symbol as a Gmail. Gmail,
Yeah.
when you go into Google, it's the same exact symbol. It's a Masonic apron.
Yeah.
And that's what they're gonna probably make some of them guys do this in the Masonic, lodges.
Chop them
They're
in.
gonna make them guys show their full allegiance at the next level by basically executing people. Or it might be certain level degrees Masons that will be doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you're a lower level Mason,
You ain't gonna be-
you don't even know that shit is gonna happen. You're just you oblivious.
Yep.
When is the next solar eclipse?
Bro, that ain't happened for a long time.
Yeah,
bro.
it's gonna be a
That
while.
was a rare occasion.
That was a rare occasion that happened on a high holy day too. Very rare occasion.
And we had 4 blood moons and lunar eclipses.
And that's the signs that the moon is referring to whenever they in
Yeah,
the scriptures
yeah.
they say the moon is for signs, not for the sign of the first day of the week.
What you talking about?
Jake got look at his hair, man. Look at Jake.
Hey man, that's how you got to do, man. That's how you got to be. If you a black man and you masculine, they put it in your brain that you got to act feminine around them. That's why I don't want to be around them, man. I don't want to have nothing to do with them people, man. You got to make yourself less masculine to be around
I
them.
was watching that movie Caligula, and
Oh yeah.
after Tiberius had passed, you know, he was finna be the ruler.
Yeah.
So he went in the mirror and shaved his face off. Dude was sleeping with his sister. His sister came up over his shoulder in the mirror and said, now you're a real man. After he got through shaving his beard off and was booty faced.
Look at that. You see the spiritual?
I was like, look at this here, man.
Boy, that's some spiritual stuff right
man.
there, boy. That's crazy.
When I
That's some
seen that, I
spiritual
was
stuff
like,
right
look
there.
at that. Because he had a little beard, little thin chin strap going on.
She wanted that smooth
And
back.
he shaved.
A lot of people don't know
and
that
she
chin
said,
strap
now
here
he's the
goes
real
back
man.
to the Romans and Greeks.
And then
Right.
and then that goatee go back to
Well,
your,
really the Greeks, because the
Egyptians.
Greeks had them chin strap. Like if you remember when LeBron first came in the league, when he first started
Yeah.
growing his facial hair, he had the chin strap joint.
Right.
Where you don't
So,
have
yeah.
the facial, you don't have the
mustache.
mustache.
It just
He
go
had the
around
chin
it.
strap. And who told him that? The elites, man. The elites made him do that because they know that goes back to the ancient Greek athletes.
Them athletes.
So they told him to have that chin strap goatee.
That boy, he's LeBron James. He's a satanic motherfucker. I went to Foot Locker. I went up in there to buy some pants. I'm looking up and they got him with a idol. Made him an idol, like half lion face, half his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a gold
A man lion.
I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that shit is
That
a
goes back to
false
Egypt.
idol, like trying
Yeah.
to make him into
Egyptian.
That go back to
a lion
Egypt.
and shit.
The
man.
man
That shit-
lion
That shit
gods.
is crazy, man.
That Caligula, man, that movie was disgusting. I didn't even get a chance to watch it all. But it's just like the first hour, it's just straight
Caligula
point
is
on, man.
Straight fool. Him
He
and
sleeping
Nero
with
is
his-
like some of the worst stories.
He was
you
sleeping
read.
with his sister, bro. Like
Yep.
it was just his woman. And when he became ruler, Caesar, he made an announcement to the people that y'all gonna have to listen to her just like y'all listen to me.
You got to be wicked to sleep with your sister, man. You got to be wicked to sleep with your sister.
Bruh,
That's another
they
reason
they
why I
showing
can't
them.
even- Man,
That
They
stuff did not
showing,
even cross my
they
mind
showing
at all.
everything
That's
like a
just thought.
triple
This
X
is just
point
hearing that just stuff
It was an old
make you
movie, like
cringe.
1989, 1979.
I don't care, man. I don't care if you got a sister that looked like freaking Halle Berry in her prime. I'm talking about Halle Berry coming out the ocean in James Bond, bro. I don't give a damn, bro. You gonna be like,
Grew up, man. You be like,
you're like, nah, man.
this your little sister right here, man.
I
Your
can't
sister
even
could
talk
look-
to no girl that look
your
like
sister
my
could look like
no
Vanity.
fake, no percentage.
Your sister could look like Vanity, bro. You ain't gonna be like,
You ain't gonna be looking at
you ain't
your
gonna be
sister
looking at
like
your
that.
sister like that, bro.
You ain't gonna be-
I don't give a damn how, whatever, man. You could name any woman on the planet. That's your sister. You ain't gonna be looking at her like that, period, bro.
Esau will.
Esau, he do that.
They do that type of stuff, man. They really do, man. Be having sex with their
You be peeping them, man. Sometimes that brother and sister relationship with the Edomites.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
if it just be the brother and sister, and they be on some weird stuff.
Shit,
They
man.
be, you know,
Boy,
grown sister all up on the lap of the brother.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
rubbing all up on his
That's
parts.
evil, man. That's so evil,
Like,
man.
what
But
y'all
in
doing?
America,
Y'all
they be
brothers and
like,
sisters.
it ain't
You're
nothing
right.
wrong with it. They be like, it ain't nothing wrong with it. Why you not down with it? You like, man, you don't see there's nothing wrong with what you doing, man.
So we can close it up, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this one out, the one you had in
you
the
got it?
Ecclesiastes 21.
Yeah, Sirach 21 and 18.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Sirach chapter 21, verse 18. As is a house that is destroyed, so is wisdom to a fool, and the knowledge of the unwise is as talk without sense.
That's it.
That's it, man.
That stuff was talk without sense, bro. That stuff was like, I was like,
Talk without
we gotta
sense,
get off this
man.
joker. These boys is trying to
Hey,
make our minds go left.
Two
Bruh.
new moons.
semantics, bruh. Semantics.
That stuff was
That's a devilish tactic, bro. Very devilish tactic, bro.
Yep.
You trying to, hey, it's a Sabbath, ain't it? It's a new moon day. It's Sabbath, ain't it? It's a new moon day.
yeah. And
You're trying to sway somebody to say it's a Sabbath, man.
No, it's a Sabbath, right? No, it's a Sabbath day. No, it's a new moon day, bro.
You look at the word that says Kadash.
Because what he wanted to do was just for you to acknowledge it's a Sabbath, and then say, well, look, you gotta count every
Right,
second day.
and they kept
Yeah.
going to the law on but they missing the whole point. That
wanted-
you,
yeah.
you can work on that new moon day.
You can work all that
You
stuff.
can work, cook on that new moon day. You just can't do no servile work.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know why the Most High set it up like that? Imagine if the new moon fell on the 6th day of the week.
Right.
Right.
Now you can't prepare for the Sabbath the next
That's
day.
it.
Exactly, bro.
And that also that backs up, that goes, that Exodus 40 backs up the law, what they had read,
Yeah.
where you can work on the new moon. Exactly what they were doing when they was raising up the tabernacle.
Now, how come Yahweh
Exodus
didn't
40.
say if your sheep was lost on the new moon day, you wouldn't go out? No,
Yeah,
see,
exactly.
he ain't getting around. No soup for you, buddy.
No soup for you. That soup Nazi. No soup for you.
No soup for you, buddy. You're not gonna get in. You can get on over on your minions and
Yeah,
all your
yeah.
guys.
Nah.
And the Most High opened up our minds,
Yeah, to where
our
we.
eyes to see past all that stuff. You ain't gonna. All them hundreds of men that threw this as his followers.
Yeah.
They can fall away like that. That type of stuff, you ain't going with that, bro.
We ain't
Yeah.
falling for the banana in the
In the
tailpipe.
tailpipe. That's
No.
right. That's right.
You can follow through this all you want, whether you with them or not. Because even some of them other guys, they link back up with GMS.
Right.
Guys like Men of Valor, after they done took the GMS off and got kicked out because the guy said the right thing, that the woman at the well was an Israelite. They kicked him out, then they ended up leaving. Now they come back with him. Now they back down with with them guys.
And
So you're not underneath no order like that. We're under Yahweh Shah, man.
that's right. That's right. We under Yahweh Shai, bro.
Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, this is Matthew 26:6. Now when Yahweh Shai was in Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Yahweh Shai understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath brought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, there shall also this woman hath done be told for a memorial of her. And with that, we'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to the Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity.
Shalom.